Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are all doing well, and today my friends, we're here with an auto-generated tournament. So it is going to be a 4-man flash tournament format. Each round will be a best of 3 showdown, and the players are going to be using random armies, which is quite a bit of fun. So if you haven't seen that before, basically the players do go into a quick battle lobby with one another, and there is a button on the bottom of kind of the army selection screen, which allows you to auto-generate your army. So it's random, it's wild. It's quite a bit of fun. Now, we have made a couple changes just to make it a little bit more engaging, because in the previous autogen format, you simply couldn't see armies at all, or items and abilities, for example, right? Because you autogen, you didn't have money to spend on the items, which I thought was kind of dumb. So what we've done, we've actually made it so that, for example, if you get a lord, you can cut the spells, you can cut abilities, and then you can spend those on either chevrons and or items. But aside from that, the armies are completely random. And players do have a couple rerolls as well, so if they're really, digging for one of those memey units they want to show you guys, the players do have a certain amount of rerolls they can use in this autogen tournament. So King of the Dead, your dreaded stream sniping tactics will not work here because the armies are preset and it does not matter. You cannot counterpick them. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in, guys. This is going to be our first match. It's going to be Helene, who of course we saw in the Everchosen last weekend with a very, very good performance for sure, getting to the top 4. And he's going to be facing off against the Dreadlord himself, King of the Dead, coming in with Vampire Coast. Yes, welcome to the stream, guys. It's going to be fun. I'm hyped to be here. Autogen tournaments have to be one of my favorite formats, hands down. So for Helene's army, let's go ahead and take a quick look. So when we load in, we can just kind of talk about random stuff and have some fun. So it looks like he did get an Archmage of Fire. For his front line, he doesn't really have one. He has Silver and Guard and 1 Spearman. But aside from that, he's got 3 archers, 2 of which are the Sisters of Avalorn, which is actually a really nice pick here against the, not pick, but a nice gift from Tzeentch against the Vampire Coast. He's got Dragon Prince as a Great Eagle, Rahagara's Pride, a Sun Dragon, looks like a massively chevron bolt thrower here, and that's going to be it. And now for the forces of King of the Dead, let's go ahead and take a look. He's got a Vampire Fleet Admiral of Death. Oh, that's pretty good. A Gunnery Wide as well. All right. Zombie Pirate front line with Depth Guard support, a little bit of a gun line, a Mighty Bloated Corpse, Shade Wraith Gunners, and 2 Carronades. Now, if I had to look at these 2 armies and say which one I think is a little bit more kind of cohesive, I would say that the Vampire Coast army is, but Sisters are really strong. And of course, there's a Mighty Sun Dragon. So let's get this party started, guys, and have some fun. Adam V, thank you for the $2. Happy birthday, Turin. Thanks for the autogen stream. It's not my birthday, but thank you so much for the very generous donation. Yes, apparently it's my birthday every day. Crone Hellebron. Yeah, everyone has different playstyles. And honestly, when you play in Legendary difficulty, spamming ranged units is often the most cost effective. Obviously, the AI does get a lot of benefits in melee combat and the very hard battle difficulty, so spamming ranged units is really quite powerful. But it depends on the faction. I mean, that's not to say melee units aren't good on Legendary difficulty, but it's a different beast. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I give away army info because the players are playing with completely random armies today. So basically, they can't change anything. I mean, I guess they would know 1 unit's there, but I've also told the players not to do it. And these are folks I trust. So I don't think they're going to be screen sniping one another. As far as deployment goes, for King of the Dead, like I said, 2 Carronades. He's got unfortunately, he did get some Depth Guard with Polearms, which are a very, very bad unit. But yeah, I mean, maybe they'll be okay against like Rahagara's Pride and things like that. I don't really know. Yeah, it's going to be Depth Guard. He's got Shade Wraith Gunners. He did also get some Deck Droppers. And honestly, he got a Caster Lord and also did get what's it called? A Gunnery White, which I think is quite the boon for sure. And King pretty much brought all the spells. I don't know if he was aware that he's allowed to cut spells, but he is. So basically in this autogen tournament, you're allowed to cut spells and spend them on chevrons and things like that. So yeah, we'll see what they do. They don't reroll in Chicago. Yeah, I asked Aerocrastic if he would like to play today, but unfortunately he had some work stuff he had to do. So yeah, and here we are. Helene did get an Archmage of Fire on a Chariot, so that's pretty cool. At least he got a mount. Obviously, in the autogen tournaments, you don't really get to choose your mount options, so it's completely random. Yeah, getting a Chariot isn't bad, and that's actually a pretty cool looking model, like having the mage on the back with like a flaming staff. I think that's quite an epic look. Yes, I know. Everybody, Steve thinks it's my birthday because of the memes here on the channel. Like, yeah, a lot of people, especially in the videos after the fact, are like, oh yeah, it's your birthday? Wow, why didn't you say anything? And I'm just like, it wasn't my birthday. The Everqueen's Court Guard, pretty good synergy here with the Archmage of Fire. Obviously, you do have the Kindle Flame synergy with the Double Sisters and a Sun Dragon. So honestly, Helene got a pretty cool little synergy piece here. Double Sisters plus the Sun Dragon with Kindle Flame. That's going to be a lot of burst damage for sure. However, King does have the Shade Wraith Gunners. He also does have a double Carronade which gives him some pretty good ranged firepower against these Sisters and or against these Sun Dragons. So both armies certainly have some teeth. Obviously, we have no idea what's going to happen here. It's an auto-gen thing, so it's pretty wild. And thank you guys for joining on today's stream. It's a pleasure to see new faces, familiar faces, all of you guys who've been around. It's a good time indeed. So here comes Helene. The Armor of the Stars is popped. Check this out on the Archmage. So currently Stock and Unspottable is active on this Archmage character, which means she's going to be sneaking around and isn't going to be taking cannon fire. And it looks like the cannons are going after the Everqueen's Scorecard, so I would imagine that Helene is going to need to scoot up here pretty quick. Now, Fireball is going downtown. It looks like he is going to be attempting to snipe the Carronades, so one Fireball goes in, and it does actually take out one of the Carronade models of King of the Dead. So I wonder if Helene is going to play this game and just try and kind of wait it out. But, I mean, taking that damage on the Everqueen Scorecard definitely sucks. But I suppose he does have Fireball, plus he also has the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, which, of course, is really good at sniping artillery pieces. But the Shade Wraith Gunners here for King of the Dead are going to be opening up on the Everqueen Scorecard. A very painful engagement. They hit relatively hard with 60 missile strength, and, of course, they are ethereal. So against non-magic damage, those guys can be quite tanky. I would imagine Helene going to be trying to get like a Burning Head or maybe Fireball, or get his Sisters of Avalorn to start shooting at the Shade Wraith Gunners. So Burning Head going down, it looks like King of the Dead was able to dodge it. However, it might actually go down and hit the Shade Wraith Gunners. It looks like it does kind of clip the wings of those guys. Nope, it didn't make contact because the Discourage effect actually wasn't there. So the Everqueen Scorecard in a lot of trouble, actually blasted off by the Shade Wraith Gunners. And in the meantime, the second Carronade is taken out by another Fireball from the Archmage. And now we have a Fate of Buna going down on the Sisters of Avalorn. Brutal start here for the High Elves so far. The Carronades plus the Shade Wraith Gunners, the Fate of Buna, and it looks like the Sisters do accidentally walk into a Bomber Salvo, which hits both of these units. So it hits the Sisters of Avalorn as well as the Silverin Guard. Now there's a Great Eagle here for Helene. The Great Eagle is going to be used to hunt down the Deck Droppers. Pretty good usage there. Now we have some basic archers coming up on the flank to put some pressure on. And now the Mighty Dragon Princes and Rahagara's Pride are going to be sweeping into the back line. And one last Fireball is going to be going down to try and finish off the Shade Wraith Gunners. And man, what a nice Fireball. That goes right down the pipe, takes out a couple models, and should lead those bad boys to crumbling. So pretty even battle. I would say that maybe the Vampire Coast is slightly ahead, but now there's going to be some heavy flank pressure from the Lion King. So here you can see the Rahagara's Pride coming in, going to be jumping on the gunnery mobs, but oh guys, the Bloated Corpse is coming! He's going to be going for the Lion Pride! Oh no! And here it goes! And man, it nukes the Rahagara's Pride. It takes them down super hard. Does also take out the gunnery mobs, but that was actually a much better trade for King of the Dead. So man, what a hero of the people! Getting that glorious bloat right into action. Man, I love it. So the Sun Dragon's going to be popping in here, trying to get on the Vampire Fleet Admiral with its big old damage here. And the Archmage of Fire very low from Spirit Leeches, and I would assume some Cannon Fire, and also the Gunnery White. Here in the back, the High Elves have kind of stabilized. The Bolt Thrower is still shooting, and of course the Dragon Princes are probably going to be more than capable of cycle charging many of these units down. But the Archmage is getting very low, but yeah, she needs to get in there and finish off this cannon, I suppose. Although all of the cannon pieces are indeed dead. So it looks like Helene could probably switch onto the other cannon at this point. But the Rahagara's Pride is coming back in once again. The Lion feast tonight. Narnia up in this hoe. Narnia going to be jumping in, going after the Zombie Pirate Gunnery mobs. And yeah, these guys are going to be going down for the count. The Lions should be able to clean them up. But man, that Bloated Corpse action was quite legendary for sure. But honestly, it's a really close battle. I mean, the High Elves, of course, took a huge beating, but so too have the Vampire Coast at the back line. Their cannons are both going offline. There is a dragon, and the High Elves have a pretty massive mobile advantage. The Dragon Princes, of course, not too many answers for them at this point. And the High Elf Archers are actually getting really good crossfire. Even just a couple Sisters of Avalorn are actually able to take out the Death Guard. Getting very, very worn down. But there is a slow push here. We do have the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs pushing into the Sisters here, and with those sheer numbers, they should be able to actually win this fight. And it looks like another Burning Head going down, maybe? Yeah, Burning Head in the back. I think it's going to be going through the black spot here. Does a little bit of HP damage. Only takes out a couple models, so it wasn't terribly devastating. In the back, Helene able to get that Archmage of Fire and finish off the gunnery mobs, and it looks like from here he should be able to jump on over and go after the Carronades. Fireball going downtown, tearing into the Vampire Fleet Admiral, who does have a pistol? No, polearm, so polearm caster here. But the Gunnery White is also a really good sniper, really good tool against the Dragon, and it looks like the Sun Dragon actually did take some pretty massive damage from the Gunnery White focus fire throughout the course of the battle. A little bit hard to say, but I'm not sure. I wonder if he's going to be setting up for a breath attack. It looks like he might. He has to peel off these units, because if he can actually get his Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower back online, which would be a huge boon to his army here. But nonetheless, we'll see, guys. So the Sun Dragon is going to be rotating back towards the battle here, going after the dreaded Vampire Fleet Admiral, maybe. Dragon Prince is hammering in, and it looks like that. What is that ability? Yeah, isn't that Scab Scrape? I didn't know that the Coast had something similar. Anyways, Dragon coming in to try and break off the black spot. Dragon Princes are in combat with Depth Guard, who do have the All Hands Hoy buff. So 87 weapon strength, not the best AP values, but nonetheless should be able to kind of put some hurt here on the Dragon Princes. And honestly, it looks like Helene might be able to scrap this out. It's a very, very close fight. The Archmage in the back was able to finish off the Carronade, it looks like, more or less. And the Book of Hoth also activated to get that juicy Winds of Magic. And the Carronade crew, yeah, they're not going to be able to get back on, although it looks like this Archmage is very, very low. So good burning head there from the Archmage, able to push back the Halberd units. The Depth Guard still putting up a good fight, and the Vampire Fleet Admiral is a polearm character, like I said. So the polearm is going to be very good against the Dragon Princes, and man, we have an incredible scrap here in this match. But it looks like maybe King is slightly pulling ahead. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to kill a Gunnery Wight and also deal with the Depth Guard with polearms. You know, obviously these are usually considered a pretty terrible unit, but in the right circumstance against, you know, Dragon Princes, I suppose they're not terrible. So the Great Eagle does land, going in for the kill here. Going to be trying to take out the Vampire Fleet Admiral, but it looks like the Depth Guard are going to be swarming in with their anti-large. And this bird is probably going to be taking massive damage and maybe even breaking off here. Yeah, it looks like the bird, man, look how quickly the Depth Guard with polearms actually shattered that bird, and that's going to be army losses, man. It looks like the dragon must have gotten forced back. I guess the sisters and the artillery pieces were chased off, and that is going to be game one, going to King of the Dead. Man, what a scrappy match. So Scully686, thank you so much for the $50 donation, man. Love your streams. Hey, man, I really appreciate that support. That is huge. So, yeah, man, hopefully you enjoyed the Autogen. Autogen tournaments are by far one of the most fun streams we do here on the channel, I think. And Mads Rasmussen, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Turin in chat. Thank you for the 30 DKK. No, it is not my birthday, but nonetheless, I really do appreciate your support there. So there you have it. So players are going to be doing their next picks and bans here. For the next one, we'll go to the Valley of Thieves. So actually, we're not even doing picks and bans. Players are just picking what they want because in Autogen, balance pretty much goes out the window. So King of the Dead with the first victory here. It is a best of 3 showdown. So we'll go into the next match. And yeah, Aristotle. Yeah, that's pretty funny, dude. All right. So they're just picking the factions they want to play. In Autogen, it really doesn't matter because, like, it's just... I mean, maybe it still would kind of matter against, like, Empire versus Dwarves or something like that, but yeah. The crumbling mechanic, it's interesting. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, they're crumbling fast, but then there's other times where I'm like, they should be taking more damage. It's kind of all over the place, to be honest. I'd have to really think about it and look at it under a microscope, but I don't mind it as much as other people do. Yeah, the elves are very likely to get an Archmage, 100%. With the Autogen, yeah, because there's so many of them. All right. How does the stream quality look, by the way? Does everything look good? Not too bad? Let me know in chat. Arrow, you'll survive work, brother. I believe in you. And congratulations to Arrow Krastic for winning the Ever Chosen Invitational. It was a really fun tournament we had over on the CA channel. Can you pick a Vress and get the campaign units? I think you can, yeah. I'm surprised we're not seeing that, actually. You have Helene on Lizards and King of the Dead on Greenskins, who do actually have a fair amount of campaign units. Honestly, that's not a bad army. Yeah, he got Grom the Paunch. He got a Goblin Big Boss. No caster, but he's got a bunch of orcs and goblins. It's a pretty wide army. He does have some spider hatchlings, which are a campaign unit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yali's going to be going Lizards. Lizards have a really mean autogen because you get campaign units. In autogen tournaments, we allow campaign units. So basically, yeah, 1080, it looks good. Perfect, guys. Thank you so much. I raised the bitrate a little bit, so it should be looking better than it usually has. Yeah, so he got Krokgar. It looks like Krokgar is either... I think he's on the Velociraptor there. No caster, but he did get Blessed Temple Guard, Blessed Skank Skirmishers, a Blessed Bastillodon. And King got, you know, he got the Spider Hatchlings. All right. Both players kind of working with some of the magic here. So the players can start when they're ready. So yeah, if you guys are watching, campaign units are allowed in autogen tournaments. We let them slide because it's just so much fun. Yes. Yeah, the Greenskin army is very wild, but I mean, Grom the Paunch will be pretty good against like Saurus. Lizardmen definitely have a pretty good autogen though, because obviously you can get like a lot of big scary dinos and your opponent can't prepare for them. So I always felt like Lizardmen have a pretty good autogen situation. Aerocrastic says they raided a CVS near me last night. I was going to go in and get a something checked out, and now I have to find another place. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. The first battle? The first battle was pretty good. You missed High Elves versus Vampire Coast. It was actually very close and back and forth, but in the end, the dreaded Vampire Coast and King of the Dead, as you can see on the scoreboard, were able to pull it out. So here we are in the next match, guys. It's going to be Helene on the Dinos. We saw the army in the pre-screen, so it's pretty decent. He's got a little Skink Skirmishing Corps, Hawks of Sentinels. It is going to be Krokgar. Oh, we actually got him on the Old Blood. Very cool. It's actually really nice against Greenskins. Wow. He did also get a Skink Chief. And on the ground, what do we got? Skink Skirmishers, we got the Blessed Laser Dino, I think, and a bunch of random Blessed Infantry. So yeah, let's actually see what the Blessed Laser Dino does bring to the table. Yeah, Perfect Vigor, basically. I think it's just better stats. Perfect Vigor is certainly really good, especially because artillery pieces do become very tired, as they shoot. So that's pretty good. And for King, it's kind of just a mishmash of random shit. We got like Goblin Wolf Riders, we got Mangy Marauders, a bunch of random Orc Boys. We even have some of the Spider Hatchlings. I think he got the Logie Bogey Spore Sploders. Oh my god, an Orc Boar Chariot for King of the Dead. Grom the Paunch, of course, is quite solid. And we got, the Logie Bogey Spore Splodas, the ROR of the Snotling Pump Wagons. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be quite fun. So we'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes indeed. And Anthony Calentro, thank you for becoming a member here on the channel. Much appreciated. And also we have a donation I missed before from Sykes Limas. I once ate an entire pizza, no brag, just truth. Thank you for the 20 yen, okay, man. And yeah, me too, man. When I was younger, I used to just like feast on entire Domino's pizzas by myself. But then I got food poisoning from Domino's once, and I was like, never again, Anakin, ever. I will not be betrayed. So the battle is underway. The Skinks are going to be doing a little bit of skirmishing here as the Laser Dinos does tear into the hide of those Durkid Squig Hoppers, but Grom the Paunch surges forward. Logie Bogey Spore Splodos. Yeah, it's a pretty funny name. I actually get it right most of the time too, which is cool. The Greenskins do have some decent kind of missile play as well. Looks like they have some Night Goblin Archers, I think, and some more Archers here, so at least they do have some anti-air, and plus they do also have the Morgul's Mangy Marauders. And it looks like here the Goblin Wolf Rider is actually going to be taking a very aggressive posture, pushing into the Skink Skirmishers. I think they should probably be pulled back and just used to maybe chase things off the battlefield. That's honestly probably the best utility you're going to get out of these units for sure. So the Greenskins sally forth, taking shots from the Blessed Bastillodon with the Solar Engine, which is actually doing some pretty substantial damage here to the Durkid's Squig Hoppers. You might want to pull back, we'll see. But the Greenskins do move forward, and the Lizards preparing to receive that charge with their Blessed Saurus. I believe they have a couple. So Saurus Warriors, and regular Saurus, but no, they have the Blessed Temple Guard, which is horrible. I mean, the Blessed Temple Guard are quite scary for sure. They're going to be very, very tough to bring down. Yeah, it's going to be hilarious. The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. Oh man, Grom the Paunch is getting wrecked though, my goodness. The Bastillodons with the Solar Engines, of course, do fire damage and can get that extra burst against Grom, but Grom does regenerate, so it's not really the end of the world for him. He should be able to kind of stabilize himself. See what both players are saying. Good luck, have fun. A good time for all. So the Laser Dino shooting into Grom the Paunch once again. He is able to juke some of those shots, which is nice. And now the Greenskin Dakaline is shooting into the mighty Krokar here. And we have the Orc Boys engaging against the Saurus Warriors. And oh guys, the Spider Hatchlings coming in for the kill! Man, Spider Hatchlings would be pretty powerful if they were like a cheap Greenskin mobile unit that applied poison. Yeah, the Spider Hatchlings, they get in there and they apply poison. That's pretty much it, but yeah, the Spider Hatchling's doing their thing now. Grom the Paunch is going to be slamming into the front line here. In the back, he does have some better troops, I think, with Savage Orcs and Orc Boar Boys. He needs to get his Orc Boar Boy Chariot involved as well. Because so far, it looks like the Blessed Saurus, or the regular Saurus, are outclassing the Orc Boys. No surprise there. Pretty much to be expected. And in the front, Grom the Paunch is helping with his Chariot. He does have pretty good anti-infantry capabilities, so against Saurus and things like that, he should be okay. So the Night Goblins are going to be replacing the Orc Boys. The Laser Dinos definitely need to be shut down, but Hyale Nale is, of course, a very proficient Lizard player. And I honestly don't know if I've seen a King of the Dead play too many Greenskins, but nonetheless, I'm sure he's okay at them. But here in the front, the Orc Boys are broken to Warlords Boys, are a pretty nice pick for sure, and they'll be holding for a little bit longer. And Grom the Paunch is now being hunted pretty heavily, but they need Stab and has been activated here on Krokar from the Goblin Big Boss. And Grom the Paunch, Degraduns is here, giving leadership and combat buffs to everyone nearby. Should allow the Savage Orcs and the Big Boss and some of these other units to really actually punish Krokar. Oh, and the Fanatics are loosed here in the front line, tearing through the Blessed Temple Guard, it looks like, with the Blessed Saurus. Maybe the Blessed Temple Guard as well. So really good choice of abilities right there. Now Grom the Paunch is going to be going in for a big engagement versus Krokar. This is very ballsy, but Grom the Paunch certainly isn't a slouch, and Krokar is very much in hostile territory. You should be able to get away. He has pretty good mass, but there are some Orc Boar Boys here. Never mind, they just broke and ran for the hills, but Krokar taking this much damage is certainly quite punishing. And the Blessed Temple Guard getting wrecked by the Orc Boar Chariots here in the front, and also the Fanatics were able to do some really, really big damage. I was happy to see that there was actually a little bit of counterplay the Greenskins had for that. Otherwise, it would have been rough. Anyways, Krokar is in the danger zone. The Blessed Saurus is, the Blessed Temple Guard, or not Temple Guard, what the hell is this thing? A Blessed Bastillodon is shooting at the Orc Boar Boys, and Grom the Paunch is still regenerating. He's pretty quick. 63 speed currently when he's poisoned, and it looks like Krokar is coming for that thick booty right here. We'll see if he's able to catch him. 63 speed, 57 on Krokar, who is, of course, poisoned as well. I don't know what's poisoning him. Maybe some of the Greenskins nearby. Someone has poison. Because I thought poison doesn't do friendly fire anymore. We are on the beta as well. I don't know, must have been something the greenskins had that was applying poison. Probably some night goblins or something. Anyways, here we do have Krokar going over and causing a mass terror out here, which is very solid, breaking off those night goblins and some of those other troops. Currently, Helene and Ollie's Temple Guard are still fighting the Blessed Temple Guard, but they're getting a little bit low. In the back, we do have the Saurus Warriors fighting as well, but it seems like the greenskins still have a fair amount of stuff. And you have to remember, Grom the Paunch is going to be healing. They need Stabbin activated once again on the Sacred Spawning of Zodal, Krokar himself. The Logi Bogi Spore Splode is actually another X Factor. Didn't really think about that one. They are spreading their disgusting spores all over the face of these elite Temple Guard. Might actually be able to provide some decent AoE explosion damage to bring them down, but they are, bonus for infantry and also are the spiky rollers, I think. Are they? No, they're not. They do have the spikes coming out to the side, so you would think they were actually the spiky rollers. But Grom the Paunch getting very low here, and it looks like here we do have Krokar coming in for the kill. If Grom the Paunch get chased off, that's pretty much going to be doomed for the greenskins, as I don't think there's going to be enough stopping power to deal with someone like Krokar. But he is able to use the Grey Dunzes here, giving leadership to himself and nearby units, but more importantly, it does buy him some time to not break there. So he's going to be running for the hills. In the meantime, Helene Ollie using the Palhawks' Sentinels to try and shut down the Goblin Archers, who have been doing some pretty incredible damage. And man, this is a really scrappy game here, pretty much dead even. But the Loki Bogi Spore Splodas have been exploding all over the face of those Saurus there. Certainly have been doing their Snotlings quite proud. On the far side, the greenskins with the Warlords boys, some Orc Biggins, and the Savage Orcs, led by Goblin Big Boss, are able to break the greenskin lines there, the Lizardman lines, which is pretty impressive for sure. But here comes Krokar, cold-blooded. Rick James would be proud. Going to be jumping in there, potentially doing some decent damage here. Cold Blood will keep him from breaking, but he's pretty good on leadership anyways at about 65-50 leadership. But yeah, the little goblins are actually shanking him pretty effectively. Now, the Dinos do have a Bastiladon with the Rev Crystal. They do also have the Blessed Bastiladon, who does have perfect vigor, so he's actually still eager and fresh. I think that Hyale needs to make a very concentrated effort to get both Bastiladons and try and take out the Goblin Big Boss with the bonus versus infantry and melee. Because currently it's looking like Hyale is slightly ahead. I don't know. It's such a close battle. I don't know, guys. Maybe King of the Dead is ahead. The bounce power does say King, but I think the Dinos are going to be super strong, especially considering there are skink skirmishers all over the battlefield kind of poking. I don't know. We'll see how good the Terror Route is. And something, you know what? Actually, I didn't even consider this. If you really think about it, the Bastiladons, of course, cause terror, as do most of the big Lizardmen dinos, but Grom the Paunch actually does give immune to psychology with the language of the boys. So these Orc Bagans and many of these other greenskin troops, if they are able to blob up in the late game, will be immune to psychology, which is very, very strong. So, wow, I didn't even think of that. Man, Grom the Paunch coming in with the language of the boys. And yeah, he definitely wants to get over here and give immune to psych, because these various Night Goblins and different troops will terror out. And yeah, he wasn't close enough. So Yali Nali is able to get the terror out here. To Warlords boys and Savage Orcs probably going to be breaking in just a moment. The Rev Crystal and the Bastiladon, supported by the Skink cohorts, should be able to kind of run these guys down. Now the Greenskin Daka is back online once again. De Greyduns is here, giving him a nice little leadership buff. And it looks like the Palhawks of Sentinels only have 2 models left, so these guys might be going down here. We'll see. We'll see. It looks like, yeah, they got 5 leadership. Man, Palhawks of Sentinels, insane leadership holding on this long. The Dino is able to break this pocket, though. It looks like you can see a lot of leadership issues here. Morgub's Mangy Marauders, Warlords boys are broken. And the Rev Crystal going down once again on Krokar is certainly Value City. But he's going in for the kill. It looks like Krokar is going to be popping his buff, Sacred Spawning, and he is going to be going after the big gun here. And Grom the Paunch takes a huge blow in the back. And it looks like Yali Nali may be pulling back into this game, as it would appear King of the Dead was ahead. But oh, a nice ambush from the Greenskins. The Night Goblin Archer is going to be turning around. The Goblin Big Boss is actually on foot. And they need Stabbin has been activated on the big dino, but Krokar is able to finish off Grom the Paunch, and the giant sausage goblin does fall to the ground. No more shall this goblin feast on shanks of meat. Let's get the close-up of his face there. Yeah, he's down for the count for sure. And it looks like Yali Nali might be able to pull this one back with some very tenacious micro. Grom the Paunch was cackling and running over all the Saurus pretty effectively, but Yali Nali, man, what a scrappy fight. Grom the Paunch definitely took some damage there. Now we do have the goblins here. It looks like some Night Goblins. No, Orc Bacons actually. They're going to be breaking. And yeah, without the Greenskin leadership and the immune to psych, their army is pretty much going to be terror routed into the Shadow Realm. So Yali Nali getting back on the scoreboard, guys. It's a 1-1 series. Let's go ahead and update these scorecards here. What an absolute scrap between those two players. And Anthony Calentro, thank you for the $10 donation. No problem, Mullet Brother. And thanks for saying my name correctly. Did I get it right? Anthony Calentro? I'm trying my best here, man. Thank you so much for the very, very generous donation. And Hero Protagonist, thanks for the great content and happy belated birthday. And Burkars, love your stuff, man. The best caster out there, never stop. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't agree with that statement, but I try my best. And yeah, man, I just kind of like woke up. And it's always really hard to cast when I first wake up. Man, that was crazy. That was a crazy, crazy game. So let's go ahead and jump on over, and we'll set the Tower of Hoth for the next map. Map set. Someone go Vrest. Someone go Vrest. I'm going to try and influence this. Because if you go Vrest, I'm pretty sure you can get the campaign units. Well, yeah. Campaign units are fair play. Sure, why not? Just go for it. Vrest has its own auto-gen. So King, all right, King, who you got? So there's a ton of factions. Remember, campaign units are fair. Campaign units. So like Empire, for example, you can get like a ton of campaign units. Yeah, King wants to go Norska. Oh, he's gonna try and get the he's gonna try and get some of the Norskan unique units. So they get 5 rolls. So King can re-roll his army 5 times. Wow, that actually looks like a multiplayer build. Like, this build is pretty strong. Oh, man. Is he? No, he's keeping it. So, yeah, he got Wolfric on a Mammoth. He got a Deathcaster. He got, like, some Berserkers. And let's see what he's getting here. Like, can they get the... Yeah, you see, you have the campaign exclusive units. You can get the Knights of Torgaval. He's trying to get them. You get 5 rerolls. So that's what I've given the players if they want to. The Mistwalker units are available. Yeah, you can actually get them, I think, in auto-gen. He's trying to get him. Oh, and he got one. He got the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers. Oh, is he going to keep this build? It's got a Princess. It's got a Handmaiden. It's got a Flamespire Phoenix. King is very happy with this. This build is, like, really good, actually. He's got Berserkers. He's got Spearmen. He's got Marauder Chariots. He's got, like, a Feral Manticore. I think that Helene might keep this build. He's thinking about it. Not having a caster sucks pretty bad, though. That is a princess on a dragon, it looks like. Norska has a really balanced comp, yeah. Oh my god, Kalidor, too! Oh, man. Forgot Kalidor. Forgot about Kalidor. For dragons. So Kalidor can get dragons. Oh, man. I hope somebody in today's tournament goes Kalidors. Yeah. This army's pretty haggard. He does have the Athel Tamara Faithbearers, though, which is cool. Unfortunately, he didn't get any of the really like crazy ones, like the Knights of Torgaval, which cost 2,600 gold. Oh my god. Hjalle's army looks way worse. King has like a solid army. That's like a regular Norskan army. But such is the fate of autogens. They get 5 rolls. So they pick their initial army, and then after that they get 5. So yeah. Psychus Lemus, good luck, buddy. Yeah, Michael Bisping's awesome. Yeah. He's a pretty entertaining podcast too, if you're into MMA and stuff like that. Yeah, you can get wyverns, you can get campaign-only units. The players can dig for it if they want to, but remember, every time you dig for new units, your army could get worse, and you can't go back. So once you use your full 5, you're stuck with one of your armies. So Antonis Pandis, you are actually allowed to change stuff. So we allow the players to cut abilities and spells to buy items. You cannot change mounts, though, but you can like cut abilities and spells and spend them on chevrons and or items. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that, yeah. Yeah, he probably put the Sword of Torgald, I would imagine. Are you out of rerolls? We'll see if Yalle is out of rerolls. I don't think he used all 5. You have your main army plus... He's got 2 more rerolls. Bro, do it. Your army now is terrible. Yalle's got 2 more rerolls, so let's see what he gets. Oh, he got the Omen of Asturian. Hey, that's not bad. King says don't cheat by helping. Yeah, I mean, this army is better than what he had, because at least with this one, he has like some big stopping power. He has a caster. He's got 3 big dragons. He's got like a chariot, some lions. Much better. Unfortunately, there's no campaign units. Silence, King. King got like a multiplayer army, but this army has a Sun Dragon, the Omen of Asurian, a Star Dragon, and an Archmage of Heavens on foot. Oh my god. King is probably still going to run this over. Okay, so... Alright guys, so he has one more reroll, he's saying. Now, do you guys want him to keep this army he has now, or should he reroll? Yeah. Should he gamble? So this is King's. He wants you guys to decide. So please let us know in chat. He's got triple monster, which actually could be pretty strong with an Archmage of Heavens. Wind Blast isn't bad. You know, he's got a little bit of mobility. Like, it has teeth. King says, I'd have no idea what you have, but it could be much worse, so do it. This might be worse, arguably. I don't know. At least he has a goon squad. Like, these three monsters can be really, like, abusive. Like, King will only have the mammoth to fight back with. King of the Dead's trying to manipulate him into rerolling. People are saying, people want you to keep it. Reroll or no balls. Oh, man. Yale, go look at chat and decide. So I'm going to leave it to him. He's going to get to decide here if he wants to use his last reroll here. Do a proper vote. I think this is fine. The anarchy lends itself to the chaos of the stream. It seems like people want it seems like more people want the rerolls. But it's up to Yale, obviously. I would reroll myself, because I would want to try and get like the Knights of Torgaval or something like that. He said, he saw Crabbling say, he's rerolling it, boys! He's a gambling man! Let's see what he gets. Come on. Okay. That's a much better army. He got the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers. He got a Mage of Beasts, Double Great Eagle, Star Dragon. Yeah, this army is like 100% better. Okay. Okay, he re-rolled it, guys. And you know, anyone, even for folks who wanted him to keep it, he got a campaign unit now. He got a dragon. He got like Double Great Eagle. Like, he's got a bolt thrower. This is a much better army. Yeah. All right. All right, the re-roll is here. So how did it go, Yale? King's like trying to... This army's way better, dude. He's putting all his extra chevrons into the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers. Oh, man. Double Great Eagle Star Dragon with like a Manticore Summoning Caster. That's really good. I think this is a great one. The gods have spoken, man. That's a good reroll. He's got Manticores, he's got 2 Eagles, he's got a Star Dragon, he's got like some Cav, a decent front line with some RORs. Like, this is honestly a pretty good force. Yeah, I think that paid off. Ronald show no mercy. King of the Dead stream snipe is ineffective. Yeah, King's army is pretty good, but honestly, he has a Star Dragon and Manticore summons and, you know, a little something something. So that was 5 rolls. So you get 1 reroll, you get 1 initial army, and then you can reroll 5 times after that is our current format that we're doing today. I'm just kind of playing around to see what people enjoy the most. I think this is more fun because it allows you to get like ridiculous units. So yeah. What does the campaign units do for High Elves? Well, those ones he got are actually really strong. So if you go ahead and zoom in and take a look here, I'll show you as soon as the battle does load in. They get 5 rerolls. Yeah. Because we also ran into some issues where the reroll, the autogen armies were like almost always the same. So I think giving 5 rerolls helps us remedy that problem. So these are the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers from campaign. Oh, where did they go? He's moving them around. I'm going to wait for him to put them down here. Okay. So these guys are pretty cool. They're High Elf swordsmen that are actually really strong. They have 80 armor, silver shields. They have a frenzy. And yeah, they're just really, really strong. They have insanely good stats. So those are the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers. He's got the Lothern Sea Guard. He's got the Puremain Company, a bolt thrower defended by some spearmen. Oh, and it's actually an Archmage on an Eagle. So it's going to have Manticore Summon, Flock of Doom, and Pan's Pelt. So he has the dreaded triple Great Eagle. He's got an Archmage, a Beast on an Eagle, double Great Eagle, plus a Star Dragon. So the gooning potential is certainly quite strong. And of course, if this were a regular tournament, this would not be allowed. I don't think you can have that many Great Eagles. But yeah, it's quite a build. It's quite a build indeed. He's got a ton of Eagles. And now for the forces of King, I mean, you guys saw the army in the pre-screen. He's got like a Berserker, a great weapon front line, which is actually pretty good against the Faith Bearers. He's got spears. He's got like Wolfric on a Mammoth with a Deathcaster, a Manticore, Hounds, like skirmishing. Honestly, King's army is like super well-rounded and super strong. Yeah. I mean, I think Yale has a chance though. Star Dragon, like he has a ton of nasty gooning, so like his Great Eagles could really just be super heavily abused. Like I would send like all 3 Great Eagles to take out that Feral Manticore like ASAP. We'll see how it goes. Apple, Tomato, Faith Bearers. It sounds about right. Athel, Tamara, Faith Bearers. I think I'm getting it. Tamarha. Athel, Tamarha. So the Bolthors are going to be going after Wolfric, which is good. That kind of butters him up a little bit later for the gooning attempts. And the Great Eagles are here. The Lord of the Rings Eagle build certainly here to stay. The Eagles are indeed coming. That Manticore is running for the hills. You can see the 2 Great Eagles are pressing on that thing pretty quick. And 110 speed against 85. Could certainly catch it if they want to, but... And yeah, and also there's Manticore summons as well. Oh, a nice Flock of Doom from Hyale. He actually catches King of the Dead blobbing up pretty bad. And he's able to get a really good Flock of Doom right there on those units. But the Norscan front line is going to be quite terrifying when it does make contact here. Wolfric's getting worn down. He's taken about 800 damage so far. Certainly not bad. And now you can see the Lothern Sea Guard are shooting in, going after the Berserkers. And lives are good. Hey, F-Yak, I got you covered, man. We're going to be streaming almost every day from here on out. I love streaming. It's my favorite thing about doing YouTube. So we'll be doing auto-gen tournaments. We'll be kicking in 2v2 tournaments. I should be mixing in the King of the Hill. Not King of the Hill, but well, King of the Hill, of course. But also the... My brain's just not working right now, but basically what I'm trying to say is a free-for-all tournament. So the Marauder Berserkers will be charging the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers, who are armored with Frenzy, so the Faith Bearers will actually win that fight pretty handedly with their armor, and you can see 5350 for their combat stats. They're basically like High Elf Swordsman Chosen without the AP values. But the Great Eagles are popping in. The Star Dragon as well does descend on the ranks, and it looks like a Manticore summon is going to be going down here as the Norscan Manticore attacks as well, but now there is a High Elf Manticore, which is something you don't see terribly often. But yeah, the Great Eagles definitely need to shut down that Marauder Chariot, lest it kind of just goes ham. But yeah, the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers are up to 38 kills, beating the brakes off these Berserkers here. And the Star Dragon, I wonder where it's going to go. It looks like a Breath Attack maybe on Wolfric. It's kind of sitting here like it really wants to. Good Flock of Doom right there also. And the Great Eagles are able to swoop in, and the double Great Eagle is able to take out the Chaos Feral Manticore, pushing that bad boy back. The Breath Attack, a little bit of a swing and a miss. But here we do also have the Archmage of Beasts landing and shutting down the Chariots here. Now Wolfric is able to get a really good Sea Fang down there. But the Faith Bearers holding strong. Man, look at these guys. Linebackers, 66 kills. Normally you don't see the High Elves able to actually do anything against the Norscan front lines. That's terribly efficient, but Silver and Guard have changed that. However, in the back here, King of the Dead, of course, the King of Hounds as well. He has some of the best Hound to play out there. Is able to get his Beast of Tashnar and shut down the Bolt Thrower, which is going to be taking some big pressure off Big Papa Wolfric. And the monster fight's going pretty well for the High Elves here. I mean, obviously they're killing the Chariots, they're getting the Casters, the Great Eagles are gooning out the Manticores. And yeah, this Shaman Sorcerer is in a lot of trouble as this bird is coming to peck his eyes out here, but we'll see. Wolfric's going to be tough to kill, and the other thing is Norska has like a ton of infantry left. What spell is this going to be here? Oh, down goes the Shaman Sorcerer! And the Feral Manticore able to push back the Chariot as well. And this Feral Manticore here for the Norskins is pushed off by the Great Eagle. Yeah, the North Sorcerer really got wrecked there pretty good, but yeah, the Star Dragon's still healthy as well. Hyale Nale does have the mobile advantage too. He's got the Heralds of the Wind and some Silver Helms here. And the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers are up to 91 kills, just holding the faith, baby. Really, really good campaign unit for sure. So the Archmage of Beasts is now flying overhead looking for its prey. Plenty of pretty choice targets here, with the Manticore doing some decent damage against Wolfric, but the Star Dragon definitely wants to get out, and Pan's Pelt has been used on it. So it's going to be getting physical resist and also some speed, which puts up to 99, maybe allowing it to get away here. So currently I think Hyale Nale is on a little bit of an advantage, but King still does have a ton of infantry, like I said, many of which are spearmen, which will wreck the Great Eagles pretty well. But the Marauder Chariot is chased off. Up on the high ground, we do have the Heralds of the Wind finishing off the Beasts of Tashnar, it looks like. And a nice breath attack on Wolfric. Brutal stuff coming in from the big old Star Dragon here. And Wolfric is now going to be looking for some prey, as the Manticore summons are going to be dissipating here. But I'm pretty sure that was the first Manticore summon. I think we actually may have another one here from the Archmage of Beasts riding on the Great Eagle. And yes, it is an auto-gen tournament for anyone joining, so the armies are completely auto-generated. Players do not get to pick their armies. Pyramid Company going pretty hard in the paint here, up to 45 kills. Not so great, I guess. But the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers finally broken after getting 95 kills against Norska. Certainly quite good. And the Lothern Sea Guard are going to be hammered perhaps by some of the Norscan Ice Wolves. Granted, they are large entities, so the anti-large... Oh, and he turns just in time, man. The Sea Fang was going to go like right down the pipe and nail them, but it looks like the Lothern Sea Guard were able to rotate their position and actually kind of salvage that position. Very, very good stuff. So here we do have the Archmage of Beasts chasing off these characters. The Shaman Sorcerer Shattered. Norska still has a decent army, though. I mean, that's, like I said, a ton of Spearmen. Marauder Spearmen. We do have some Marauder Champions, more Marauder Spearmen. But that's a big Angry Star Dragon, guys. That thing is no joke. And I think all the Great Eagles are still healthy. Yeah, Great Eagle, and I think there's a third one somewhere. Maybe it got broken off. Let's kind of look around a little bit, see if we can find it for a quick moment. Star Dragon landing to do battle with Wulfric. Should have a pretty good engagement there. It does get its charge bonus, of course, and has 580 weapon strength. But Wulfric's going to be giving it back a little bit, I'm sure. Oh, a nice Flock of Doom there by Helene, able to nail that Norscan position. I'm really surprised. I guess the Eagle Goon Squad really paid dues because that Norscan army was quite scary for sure. It was almost like a normal army. Yeah. The Great Eagles looking for their prey. The Star Dragon probably just going to be sacrificing these Lothern Sea Guard to the gods here and using them as a distraction while it charges into the back of Wulfric. And what else do the Hiles have? They have some Spearmen, and honestly, the Heralds of the Wind will be pretty good too. Having a Reaver unit, which does have 40 and 43 for its combat stats, certainly isn't bad. And now comes the gooning attempt from Helene, the Archmage, the Eagle, and the Dragon, all jumping on Wulfric, who has activated the Sword of Torvald, but this Mammoth is in a lot of trouble, as the Star Dragon, with its massive AP values, is not being focused, and it looks like Wulfric is going to break, and that probably will spell doom for the Norskins, and that means Helene will be advancing to the grand finals of today's Autogen tournament to face the winner of the bottom side of our bracket. And Wulfric probably, yeah, he's broken. So if Hjale is paying attention here, which I'm sure he is, obviously a top-tier player, he is not going to be letting Wulfric go. And, yeah, going to chase that bad boy off 100%. And I think Star Dragon cycle charging will be enough to end this fight. I mean, they are Marauder Spearmen. I guess they do have anti-large, and big old breath attack going right down the pipe as well. I would imagine he has Flock of Dooms. So the Heralds of the Wind chasing down the Mammoth here. And King of the Dead saying, goddamn 4 flyers. Yeah, there certainly was a lot of flying pressure coming in here, and Flock of Doom, I would imagine, is going to be active as well. Also, some missiles are still active for Hjale, so he technically doesn't even have to engage. And oh, there was another Great Eagle on the back of the map. Look at it. It's coming out of nowhere. The Eagles are coming. And Wulfric the Wanderer is going to break due to army losses. And Helene will advance on to the finals of today's Autogen tournament. Man. Yeah. You know, the Eagles are... Having 3 Great Eagles plus a Dragon gives you a lot of nasty gooning. Like, you can kill the characters. Like, single entities are in a lot of danger for sure. And honestly, the Faithbearers really did a good job beating down the Berserkers in the front line. So, that's going to be a 2-1 victory for Hjale. Let's go ahead and update our bracket. Helene will be moving on to the grand finals. So next we have Grom'Brindle and Crabling. So let me go ahead and tag those lads. Grom'Brindle. He goes by Undertaker in Discord. And Crabling. Of course, Crabling was in the Everchosen Invitational last weekend as well. Undertaker mentioned he might be having some problems updating to the beta. GG, see you in finals. Hjale. He says like playing with these like different units is like very tricky for the the control groups because it's so many like random units, you know? Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, so we have Crabling joining. Not sure who this is. Let me check. Oh, it's Alpha Crab. He changed his name to Alpha Crab. What a hero. They say that a hero can save us. All right, so let's see if Grom'Brindle is working yet. Autogen stands for auto-generated. Raphael, don't diminish this glorious tournament. How dare you? How dare you? Of course, it's a very casual tournament format, but it's kind of fun. You get to see like underrated units and like weird Orthodox armies, and sometimes you'll discover, you know, a diamond in the rough, which is always a good time. All right. Falcon in chat says that's why Eagles get banned in Lord of the Rings finals. Okay, so Undertaker says he might be stuck. 1 second here. Okay, so Undertaker. Okay. He says his download is stuck and it's probably going to take a while longer. So we have a replacement. No problem. And you guys, are you ready to see who the replacement is? It is the Dark Lord himself. Falcon coming for vengeance. So it's going to be Falcon replacing. Cool. All right, hopefully he'll be here in a second. So we have Falcon versus Krablin. He's going to be firing up this bad boy. Yeah. And the winner will be going to face Helene in the grand finals. Yeah, not everyone's on the beta build, so it was kind of hard to find people. Because sometimes it takes some folks, like depending on their internet, like an hour or two to switch over. Now we can go hang out at the caster's desk a little bit. Get this party started. No pass. Let me go ahead and tell Falcon. Hopefully he's on the right build. Hopefully he is. He might have actually switched off to play in a tournament. Okay, so I'm explaining the rules to Falcon right now. Okay, start the switch. So you can watch stream. I will explain rules right now. All right, so Falcon, if you're watching, the rules as he does prepare his game. The rules for this tournament is basically the players just kind of have a gentleman's agreement on the factions because counterpicking and autogens is kind of a silly thing anyways. So how it works, Falcon, is you get to pick your initial arm. So you pick the faction and you get one autogen. So you can keep your first autogen if you want, or you get up to 5 rerolls. So you can reroll your army 5 times. But remember, each time you do that, it's a gamble because your army could get worse. So you get 5 rerolls. And then on top of that, you get you can take spells and abilities off your characters, and then from there you can spend those on chevrons and items, so and abilities and things like that. So you just can't like upgrade your mounts and whatnot. Yeah. Kazrak one mullet. Yeah, the mullet's here. It got a little bit gnarly last night. I slept on it a little funny, and you can see it's getting there. Oh, there's a beta right now because on the live client, there's actually a really big issue with a weapon damage buff. So they're like basically weapon damage effects like poison or weapon damage modifiers just don't work in multiplayer, which is a game-breaking bug for multiplayer. So pretty much that's why I haven't announced my next ECL yet, because I'm waiting for this build to go live, which hopefully will be like this week or next week or sometime. But after that, we will be returning to our ECLs and things like that. So it's going to be Falcon versus Krablin here. Alec Hansen, hey Turin, great work as always. Hope you have a wonderful day. You too, man. Thank you for your support. And we have almost 1,500 people here. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please do drop a like. It helps me out quite a bit, and also helps share the stream with people who haven't seen this game before. That's how YouTube does it. So do drop a like. Let's see if we can get up to at least 500 here, boys. Alec Hansen, thank you so much again. I know. Oh my god, that was so annoying on the stream yesterday. The Muffin Man. Yeah, Falcon, so you get a lot of rerolls, but the main reason why is to allow people to get fun armies. Like, if you're trying to get some campaign units, it will allow you to get, like, an absolute Mimi force. And I'm pretty sure Krablin has already rolled his army here. Yeah. I look younger with the mullet. I think the reason why I look younger is because I shaved my mustache and my, like, dirty beard. So that, like, takes some time off. Yeah. Mullet gives plus 17 leadership. It does. It's true. Empire's a pretty good autogen army because you have like, all these unique campaign units like the Nordland Mariners and the Caribou Greatswords and the Stir River Patrol. But yeah. Like for the like odds. You never know. Maybe Henry Cavill is watching the stream. It'd be pretty cool. He plays Custodes, I think, in Tabletop. The Custodes. Adeptus Custodes. I always say that one wrong. The Custodes. The Custodes. Yeah, they're a pretty cool faction, though. I actually thought about, like, if I ever went with an Imperium army, I might consider the Custodes. Just because, like, you don't have to paint that many models. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing mulligans. So the players get 5 mulligans, which allows them to get some really funny units. But again, like, we've seen it. Like, players will mulligan into a worse army, and they'll lose because of that. So, yeah. So if you want, honestly, the best, I really hope Falcon goes Knights of Calidor. If they add a big truck cav to the game, Mullet faction. Wait, so Professor Pone says, if they add big truck cavalry to the game, Mullet faction will be unstoppable. Yeah. I know, it will be. That's true, Pone. That's true. So Falcon just firing it up right now, getting this party started, and we'll be good. One sec, guys. And maybe if the players are still around here at the end of the stream, maybe we'll close out with a big FFA between them, like an autogen FFA. The mustache combo is pretty bad, yeah. But for Ever Chosen, I wanted to just be like as ugly as possible. That was kind of my jam. Although, hold on, guys. So while we're waiting, yeah, custodes. The custodes. I always call them the custodes, and just to troll my friend who plays them. All right. So hang on, mullet. Let me show you guys something. So this is what I'm thinking for maybe future Everchosens or like big events. Mullet post. I'm gonna find an example for you guys while Falcon gets us fired up here. Okay, where's the proper one? There's so many different types. I mean, yeah, the Joe Exotic mullet is pretty funny for sure. Mine's more like Joe Dirt because it's like longer on top. Joe Dirt's mullet is actually really long on top. Yeah. I'm trying to find like a really, really terrible one. So this one is like, I'll add it right here. Hold on. And don't worry, guys. Once he gets loaded up, everything will be pretty quick because obviously there's no army selection phase. So this is like kind of like, if you look here with this mullet, you'll notice it's really short in the front. Like it's almost like a military high and tight. Then you let the back go like super long. So that's kind of like what I was thinking for my next one. The biggest nerd, it's been a while and I'm a little late, but did Dov play earlier? No, Dov has not played in today's King of the Hill. When I was actually setting it up, he wasn't online or else I would have messaged him. She really hates the mustache, Lady Turn, but she was able to put up with the mullet. Yeah. Like, I could probably keep this thing for a while. Yeah. I know, Ellie, I agree. I agree. It looks like Crabling might already have his army. Yeah, I think he's more or less got that set up. Have you seen Choppy? Some really terrible mullets in that movie. Oh yeah, those are the. Isn't that with like the Dionverd? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I've seen the mullets in that because I think it's like a South African band, Dionverd. They all have like mullets. I think a couple of them do actually. Like those really, yeah. Because my mullet is kind of like a moderate party in the front. Like it's not like super short. Yeah. Hang on. I'm trying to find like a really bad one. Just bear with me for a second, guys. And sorry for the delay. The beta client thing makes it pretty confusing. Oh man, that's like exactly what I was like thinking right there. Hold on. Yeah, Crabling, no worries, man. No worries. Yeah, we had to get some of the players switching over to the beta, so. Damn. Yeah. Eli or Ellie? Is it Eli? It's probably Eli. Sorry for mangling that. Lady Turn's doing good. Yeah, she's working today. So if you look at the brackets, you can see we have Falcon versus Crabling right now. He's about ready. Sounds good. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, do hit me up. We'll chat. We'll enjoy life. I'll do some stretching. We'll stretch together. Oh, man. It's just one of those days, man. Mike Dawson? All right. Let's take a look. Is this a primetime mullet or something? Hold on. I'm thinking of the ones that have like the... Yeah, I don't know if I can see. I'm not seeing anything really substantial there, bud. MacGyver mullet? Yeah, that's a good one too. D. Onford? Okay, yeah, I probably mangled that. All right. Crabling, I don't think he's decided. I think he's waiting for you, Falcon. So whatever you guys want to decide. You can message him too if you want to. I think he said he's looking like he wants to play Empire right now. Falcon, dude, there's no question. You have to go Knights of Calidor. Because Knights of Calidor do have the campaign dragons. There's just no options, man. You just got to do it. Karate Kid antagonist mullet? Hold on. Let's look that up. Yeah, sorry for the delay, guys. Does the villain have one in Karate Kid? He doesn't look like he does. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it certainly was that time period. I'm really excited for the 9th edition. Yeah, you have to go Knights of Calidor, man. Knights of Calidor have access to the dragon units. Ashirai, yeah, we're taking a little break right now while we get the next lobby set up. And then, so we have this, and then we have the finals, which are best of 5. So you guys are going to get your hands full of like crazy battles in the best of 5 finals. Don't you worry. Yeah, Patrick Swayze's had him. My dad, I was talking to my dad on the phone about it. I was like, Dad, did you ever have a mullet in the 80s? And he's like, no, but a lot of my friends did. We used to go like play softball, and like almost all the guys that I would play softball and baseball with in the park would have mullets back in Los Angeles in the 80s. Let's see. So I'll tell Crobling. He is picking Knights of Calidor. So feel free to do your army. So I wonder if Crabling knows that the Knights of Calidor have access to the dragons. Yeah, I've watched the Warhammer Text-to-Speech series. It's pretty good. Yeah, Brava Alpha Busa. Yes. Mole Spaghetti, I believe you, man. He says your humanity wants to win against AI, but I'll kill you by your own hands. Okay, so he's going Empire. Okay. Great. So feel free to auto-gen. Remember, you have 5 rerolls. Alright, so Crabling is going to be playing Empire against the Knights of Calidor. So Empire has some really good campaign units. You have the Emperor's Wrath Steam Tank. A lot of good options for sure. Marcus's faction. Wait, does Marcus's sub-faction have unique units? Campaign units and multiplayer? Does it? That's something to think about. Yeah. I don't know. It might. I mean, does he have the gyrocopters? He doesn't get the heroes, I don't think. Any thoughts on Troy and the epic situation? Honestly, I'm just not that interested in the game itself. I don't know why. Like, I guess the previous saga kind of like didn't tickle the pickle that much. So, and I prefer multiplayer, and the sagas are very much campaign focused. So for me, it's like, you know, yeah. So I don't know. I'll draw a conclusion once it comes out, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Do we get to watch the rolls? Sure. Yeah. Oh, he's doing it right now. So let me go ahead and switch over. All right. So this is his current one. This is his first reroll. He got Karl Franz, an Empire Captain. He got Swords of Ulrich, the Nordland Mariners. He got the Knights of Moor, Double Hellstorm Rocket Battery, a Luminarch of Heish, War Wagons, and a couple handgunners. Honestly, against Knights of Calidor, it's not terrible. It looks like he got Franz on Deathclaw too, which is good. No caster though is a bit of a problem. So that's his first reroll. So now he has a couple other rerolls if he wants to. Yeah, man, I really want the Death Guard Psychic Awakening to come out. So you can generate up to 5 times, by the way. So I think right now Crabling's trying to decide. I mean, against Knights of Calidor, you have handgunners to shoot the dragons and huntsmen. Hellstorms are kind of crappy, but, you know, decent against High Elf Infantry. You have Franz to fight the dragons. Okay, there's his next one. Oh my god, he got Marcus. He got an Empire Captain. Nordland Mariners. Caraber Greatswords. Triple Hellstorm Rocket Battery and the Templehof Luminarch. He might have to keep this. I mean, he's got a couple more. Guys, somebody in chat's like, too much artillery, and then he rerolls. He says every roll adds 1 rocket. Oh my god. Man. This is rough. I will change the banner names, but if I minimize, you guys won't be able to see his rerolls, but I'll try and do it really quick. So it's going to be Crabling versus Falcon. Okay, so we'll get Falcon an invite. He's online. Apparently, yeah, some people were having trouble seeing the lobbies earlier. Check my friends. Cool, he's been invited to the lobby. He says I can try and find 4 rockets, but it's risky. Oh, man. All right. So it looks like we see Crabling's army. He's got a Templehof triple Hellstorms. And Falcon is going Knights of Calidor. So guys, Knights of Calidor have the unique dragons. Oh, he got a Hand of the Shadow Crown. Oh, and triple Swordmaster, but okay, so Falcon, you get 5 rerolls. Alright guys, so now we're doing the Dragon Army. Let's go ahead and watch. So this is his main army. He's going to be digging for one of these dragons. Gorindar, Bruvor, Lamaru, Shakalot, the Calamity. Okay. Oh, he got one. He's got Bruvor, the Protector of Life. Look at this, guys. Oh man. So yeah, so basically Crabling has decided to keep the triple Hellstorm build with the Luminarch and Marcus and the Caribou Greatswords and Norland Mariners, and Falcon got Brew War, the Protector of Life, the legendary Forest Dragon. Oh, but he rerolled, and now he has Lamaru, the Frozen Breath. Oh man, guys, this is gonna be wild. He got the one he wanted. He wants the Frost one. He got a Mage of Beasts. His front line is gonna get wrecked by those Hellstorms, but yeah, he got Lamaru. Probably mangling that. The Frozen Breath. Oh my god. Let's actually switch the map. We just played this one. We'll do the Summer Song? Yeah, Summer Song's fine. Crabling's like, you got dragons? You got a dragon. Imagine getting 2 of them, though. Man. So, guys, we are playing a format today, which is called the Autogen format, where in custom battles and multiplayer, not in quick battles or in tournaments, but in custom battles, you can actually get, you can play with the campaign exclusive units, which is, it's just kind of a funny thing to make these streams a little bit ridiculous. So guys, we have triple, yeah, Knights of Calidor feels like a Magic the Gathering deck in an RTS. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, that's a really good analysis there, Arrow. Lady Turn and I played some Commander last night, actually. Her werewolf deck beat my zombie deck. The werewolves, she popped the Moon Mist, and my poor zombies were overrun by the mighty werewolves. I was 1 turn away from winning. Yeah. Who needs a front line when the enemy can't kill your dragons? We'll see. Triple Hellstorm rocket batteries? I know. You know what? But Crabling has the Templeoff Luminarch, guys, which could do massive damage to that Frost Dragon. The Templeoff could be the saving grace here. Reroll until you get all 6? Well, you can't. They only get 5 rerolls. So there's a chance that if he rerolls after that, he doesn't get the dragon. Yeah. The Star Dragon variant is unbreakable also. Oh my god. The Hand of the Shadow Crown's like an assassin kind of hero character for the High Elves campaign. So yeah, we saw Crabling's army. He's got triple Hellstorm. He does also have a Templeoff Luminarch. He's got Nordland Mariner Halberds here, who are a rowdy trait. Caribou Greatswords, Unbreakable dudes. He's got double handgunners, Huntsman. Marcus Wolfhard, honestly, he has some good anti-dragon tools in this force. But Falcon has Lamaru, the Frozen Breath. So this is the Frostworm. It does have the Frost Breath. It has Frostbite. It's basically just big and scary and powerful. It's immune to psychology, of course, or it's not. Well, that was Marcus Wolfhard. But for the rest of the army, Pyramid Company, Spearmen, Swordmasters of Hoeth, Lothern Seaguard, some Silver Helms and Cav, Warlines of Krace, Shadow Warriors, Great Eagle, and an Archmage of Beast with Manticore Summoning. I think Falcon's army is quite a bit better. I think the triple Hellstorm is going to be extremely punishing, and he also has no magic. So I do think Crabling should have re-rolled, but he had 3 more re-rolls. I really think he should have. Yeah. But you know what? He liked his army, and yeah, he does have the Templeoff Luminarch, which could be quite good against that big dragon. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's 3 Hellstorms, so at least there's some extra support there. He doesn't really have anything to, like, stop the lines and stuff. He's going to have to, like, really just... I mean, I guess the Templeoff Luminarch does have some net play. Yeah, I feel like the Empire, like, that's way too much to protect against this army. Especially the Frozen Breath Dragon up here. Look at it. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's the Moon Dragon, I think? Yeah, it's the legendary Moon Dragon. I'm surprised he didn't keep the Forest Dragon, though, with his previous army. That was the one that really was the breadwinner. But the Hellstorm rocket batteries will be quite nasty. I mean, Crabling certainly can put some hurt on this army on the approach. Like the Swordmasters and some of the Cav units probably will get wrecked pretty good. Marcus Wolfhard sniping here against the Archmage. Oh, and the Templeoff Luminarch just barely missing. Falcon juking pretty well. Obviously, he's not going to get caught with those too easily. So yeah, the Hellstorms need to start shooting. They have crazy range, and if they don't get good value before the High Elves approach, this battle's pretty much over. So there is also a net on Marcus. I would imagine he's probably going to try and net something down and then Templehoff it. Here comes the blast from the Templehoff. What's it shooting? It's going after the dragon, it looks like. Oh, and it just barely misses. Falcon able to juke it. And now the Empire fireworks are shooting away. So, yeah, getting some damage in there. Silverhelm's kind of getting splashed with some of those glorious shots. And we'll see. But it's only a matter of time before the Templehoff Luminarch makes some contact, I'm sure. Yeah, Falcon screws up once with his micro and gets caught. 100%. He's going to lose something valuable. Here comes the Templehoff once again. Falcon's ready to juke. You can see he's probably got his mouse on his dragon. And, oh, and it missed the Great Eagle just barely. I don't know how that happened, but nonetheless, the Archmage of Beast has taken a little bit of damage. I think Marcus should go net her, and then... Oh, focus shot's going down. Marcus is going to be using his focus shot. High Elf's taking a bit of damage from the Hellstorms. But focus shot was canceled, it looks like, and it looks like the Great Eagle is going to be pouncing in here. Yeah, this Empire army just needed to reroll. Like, look, the only thing he has to defend his back line is like the Haggard Empire captain. The Hellstorms are all being compromised. The Great Eagle has shut down the Luminarch. And the Mighty Dragon here, Lamoureux, the Frozen Breath, dropping a big old breath attack. I feel so bad for this Empire army. Although the net here was pretty good. You know, it netted and was allowed the Nordland Mariners or the Halberds to get in there and defend, and the Nordland Mariners to collapse from the other side. The Great Eagle here is actually getting a little bit beat up by Marcus Wolfhart, and Manticore Summon being dropped as well. And honestly, the Crossfire is doing okay. Hellstorm rocket batteries are really shrekking the High Elf advance here, and the Swordmasters and some of those other dudes. And it looks like the Lions plus also the Silverhelms were pushed back, but now we have the big old Frozen Breath, legendary Moondragon landing here. Yeah, the Great Eagle is broken, Manticore Summon is still active. Is the Templehoff Luminarch shooting? It does not look like it is at the moment. It did drop a net here, it looks like, on the Frail Manticore. And now it's going to be ripping a shot. Where's it going to be going? Here comes the shot. Is it going after the Lord? No, it's going after the Lord. Oh, and Falcon's Lord gets blasted into the Shadow Realm. Look at that. Marcus Wolfhart plus the Templehoff Luminarch break the Archmage of Beasts, who may run off the edge of the map, especially if some of these Outriders are able to chase her off. So suddenly, despite the Empire being in a tough situation, you know, the High Elves don't have a Lord. They're out of the picture there. Marcus Wolfhart being chased down by an Eagle here. Certainly going to want some Halberd support if he can get it. And the Manticore Summon is active as well. But it looks like the Manticore Summon's going to be rampaging into Halberds. And the Templehoff Luminarch is going to be enduring. We do have the Nordland Mariners in the back, the ROR Halberds, and the Caribou Greatswords in the front, putting up a great fight. And it looks like Falcon is without a Lord. Now, maybe if he can survive the Manticore Summon, but I feel like it's going to be really tough. Like, all the Hellstorms are offline. Although some of the handgunners are shooting once again. Marcus Wolfhart needs to carry this. He's got Lamoureux surrounded by Halberds. And that bird got cooked. It got cooked. Manticore Summons are gone. Balance of Power is still pretty heavily in the favor of the Knights of Calidor, though. As Marcus Wolfhart is probably going to get pecked down by the Great Eagle. But, you know, at least Crabling sent a message before he went quietly into the good night. And honestly, this dragon doesn't seem too OP. It's kind of just a little bit overpriced of a Moondragon. But I suppose it does have the Frostbite and the Chilling Aura and, you know, all that sort of good stuff. Empire's pretty much done for at this point. Marcus Wolfhart and his Halberds are holding here. Caribou Greatswords, of course, are unbreakable. But, man, Caribou Greatswords are really beating those guys down to the front line. I mean, is there any way that Crabling can pull this back? I don't think so. Not with that dragon. I mean, he just had no magic. He had triple, like, so much of his army was invested in the Hellstorms. I'm surprised he did, he even did this well, considering he had triple Hellstorms. Yeah, against, like, a monster faction. He should have re-rolled. Crabling should have re-rolled 100%. Well played, though. Well played. We got to see the Frozen Breath in here. GG. Yeah, triple Hellstorm is GG. The Caribou Greatswords racking up the kills, actually defeating the tattered Swordmasters and doing very well against the Spearmen also. It was actually a close-ish game, though. Like, there's not much left for the High Elves. The Dragon's kind of beat up and everything else is very tattered. Maybe if, like, he had gotten a couple more shots early with the Luminarch, I think he could have won the game, actually, but it would have been hard. And now it's just time to clean up the Caribou Greatswords, and that is going to be that. Yeah, Ivan, I think he really needed a fourth Hellstorm rocket battery. That was clearly the issue here. If he had had that fourth one, we would be having a very different conversation here. I don't know why Crabling hasn't left the game yet. He's got 2 Greatswords left. Caribou Greatswords. Empire does have really good auto-gen, but you got to watch out for the Hellstorms. Those things can be really bad. Yeah, I guess he needs more. The ROR Moondragon, well, the legendary Calidor Dragon, it has the Chilling Aura, has Frost Breath, and yeah, has Frostbite and Melee too, which is pretty good. Yeah, so I guess we have a new contender in the autogen tournaments. The Empire is bleeding, making them the victor. I know. It's pretty good. All right, so for the next map, let's go ahead and put him on... Not the Broken Hills. I'm trying to, like... Pit of Florence is, like, one of the worst maps ever. This one's fine. All right, so go ahead and pick, guys. Very casual. I think, yeah, they needed more bloated corpses there. So Falcon wins the first game with the Knights of Calidor. So gotta switch for this one. I want the Arwar Moondragon now. He wants it. Yeah, so they gotta switch factions. So Falcon's gonna go Bretonia, which is interesting because Bretonia doesn't have any campaign exclusives. I'm surprised he would choose them, but... So we got Bretonia from Falcon. He has his initial army, so from here he has 5 rerolls. Yep, so there's 1 reroll there. Let's see what he picks. I think the dragon had higher stats. Yeah, I think so. Care Bear Great Swords. Oh, and we have Grappling going for the Followers of Nagash, which can get the campaign units. All right, so let's see if he can get any of those. Followers of Nagash, interesting. Like, there's so many good factions. I'm surprised we haven't seen him go, like, Ivres or something. Lizardmen have really good campaign stuff. Empire, obviously, he already played. But yeah, he can get the Venom Knights of Asaf. He can get Usirian's Legion of the Underworld. He's got a Tomb King. He's got an Necrotect. Honestly, it's a pretty good army. Yeah, he got double halberds against Bretonia, Ushapi Great Bows. Like, that's really quite good. Falcon is rocking a Prophetess of Heavens with his current build. He re-rolls. He got Ark in the Black. Yeah, Ark in the Black on a Chariot, like Necrotect, Ushapti, Eyes of the Desert. This is a good army. Man, if I were Krabbling, I would keep that. Falcon says, easy, I got this. But, you know, Falcon's got double Pegasus Knights, Knights of the Realm, too. He's got plenty of anti-large. But Ark in the Black is a really, really good pick. But so is the Prophetess of Heavens. Heavens is actually really good against Tomb King. So Windblast is really good against, like, Halberd formations. Turin, have you ever made an entire stack of artillery and sacked a castle with it? More fun than it should be? I haven't, no. Yeah. Ivres would be so OP. We had Ivres earlier. They lost the game. No, they won, but just barely. Yeah. So yeah, this time we have Krabbling versus Falcon. Falcon is on Bretonia. Krabbling is on the Followers of Nagash. He didn't get any campaign units, but he did get Ark in the Black and a pretty good force there. And there is a bit of a tactic, too, to picking the Followers of Nagash because you only have 2 Lord choices, so you can basically keep re-rolling until you get, like, Ark in the Black, right? So there's, like, a bit of tactical play there. Like, for example, if Falcon really wanted to get, you know, Rapunzel, he could play the sub-faction and probably have a pretty good chance. I actually like Falcon's army. It's super micro-intensive. He's got 5 Knights Errant, 2 Knights of the Realm, 2 Pegasus Knights, and then just kind of a Grail Relic front line. It's honestly not bad. Yeah. So Autogen Tournament, you basically, in custom battles, you just click this Auto-Generate Army button, and you get a random army. It's completely random. So the players are playing in a tournament where the army picks are out of their control. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really, really fun. And yeah, they also, in our tournaments, we allow, in the Autogen tournaments, we do allow the campaign exclusive units just for the memes. And it makes the games a little bit, you know, ridiculous and fun to watch. So we do allow that. Hey, Wicked Z, how you doing, man? All right, the players are ready. Currently, Falcon is up here, but now he's playing Bretonia into the Tomb Kings, and the Tomb Kings got a pretty solid army. Ark in the Black there. And the Eyes of the Desert. I know, Wicked, it's time, man. Sentinels of Astral are, yeah. Sentinels of Astral would be really good. But he didn't get those. He got the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers were the ones that he actually rolled when we saw them earlier. Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. The Grail Relic will be good here. It'll be quite strong. We are on River Amixon, which is probably a better map for the Tomb Kings, to be honest. Joe Leonard, thank you for the 20 bucks, Joe. Really appreciate it. I don't see a message, but again, I really appreciate your support. And Taylor Lund, congrats on the Everchosen. Thanks for the great content. Hey, thank you, man. Everchosen went great, and I appreciate your support. Yeah. Knights Errant are pretty efficient units. Yeah, they are. Knights Errant are good against infantry. And honestly, like, Knights Errant can probably beat Hekara Horsemen and, like, mobile Tomb King's horses as well. So, yeah, pretty good in this matchup. I wouldn't go too crazy, but bringing like 1 or 2 just to kind of sweep through infantry is always good. So yeah, Falcon's army is like double Pegasus Knight, 5 Knights Errant, 2 Knights of the Realm, Prophetess of Heavens with Windblast and Harmonic Convergence, and his main line's just basically Bretonnian Chaff. Como topic! I was just on Indie Pride stream and asked this, but wanted to see what you say too. I'm jumping into multiplayer today for the first time. Any advice on a faction to start with? Should I just go with what I like? Yeah, going with what you like is pretty important, but I would say like Lizardmen are a really good starting faction because they have a ton of healing. They're very high leadership and durable, so if you make mistakes, they're more forgiving. I always recommend Lizardmen to people for like a beginner faction, and they're quite good. A little bit trickier to play on like the competitive level, but I would recommend Lizardmen. Factions that are tougher, you know. I think Norska is a pretty good one for beginners too, because Norska is like, you know, just kind of a move forward and grind your opponent down. You just bring like mammoths and some monsters and skin wolves, and it's really, really fun, honestly. Yeah, Norska and Lizards would probably be my suggestion. Some of the harder ones I think are like Empire, and many of the Elvish factions like High Elves. Wood Elves are very difficult to play. But yeah, it's my 2 cents, man. Thanks for joining my stream. I know there's probably a lot of great streams going on, so I appreciate you guys choosing to hang out here. So Ark in the Black is not on his chariot, he's on horseman. For the Tomb Kings here, we have a couple Ushapti, Eyes of the Desert, a little bit of a Daka line, halberds, and that's it. But Falcon with his Prophetess is going to be able to get disgusting wind blasts and wreck those Tomb Guard with halberds pretty freaking hard. So Ark in the Black does not have Buna. He has Doom and Darkness, aspect of the Dread Knight, and Spirit Leech. So he's going pretty hard with that, I would imagine. And it looks like he's dropping a Spirit Leech on the far side against the Knights of the Lion-Hearted. So he did actually overcast that, which is interesting. Really trying to get that damage out quickly. Don't know if that was worth it. I don't know. I'd probably save it for the Prophetess, to be honest. Although I think she does have magic resist. Yeah, she does. She's got the Chalice of the Lady, or whatever that buff's called. Aura of the Lady, yeah. So she's got 12% magic resist also. So I suppose Spirit Leeching her might not be worth it. But anyways, the battle will be underway soon. No Shopti Grapos here. So both armies are going to kind of have to move towards each other here. And you can see the Bretonnians are coming out. Certainly a decent position for the Tomb Kings to try and take up refuge here and hold against this choke. Falcon says, Chivalry action is ready. Good luck, have fun. And here they go. So the mighty Knights of Bretonnia, Knights Errant are charging out. The Rohirrim prepare to ride down the filthy undead here. Oh my god, this is going to be wild. Any chance we'll ever get a content creator tournament? Yeah, we had one a while back. It was hosted by Samurai Warrior. I played in that. Yeah, I played in that. And the videos are up on my channel. We did have a content creator tournament. Not all the content creators were in it, but a fair amount. So Windblast going down to the back. Windblast just wrecks the Blessed Legion. It's such a damn good spell, and it looks like the Tomb Guard with halberds are moving forward, but they're not braced. A mistake by Crabbling. They're going to be taking the full brunt of that charge, and will indeed take some casualties. And now we have Falcon getting the Knights Errant and the Pegasus Knights on the flank, and they're just going to be going in balls deep here. Super aggressive indeed. We have more Cavs slamming in. It looks like the Pegasus Knights are going to be going for a huge charge. The Pegasus Knights descend from the skies on the Eyes of the Desert, but Ark in the Black is ready, and he does use the Liber Mortis to try and buff them up. Yeah, the Bretonnian Knights really trying to get in there and press into the back line. And honestly, I'm pretty surprised about how big of a commitment this is. Now, Falcon here probably is going to be using Windblast here, I would imagine, and or the Assault of Stone, which is the scroll item. And it looks like the Pegasus Knights are going to be pulling back as some of the Mounted Yeomen do get up and around the flanks as well. So if anyone can handle the massive amount of micro from this build, it's certainly Falcon. And many of the Cav units have taken a little bit of damage here trying to get past the halberds, but a brutal Windblast once again takes out the Skeleton Summons and also does some pretty good damage against those Nahakar units there. The Bretonnian Cav are pulling back for a cycle charge, it looks like. Now going to be jumping back in once again, and the Assault of Stone is going to be used by Falcon. So this is a scroll item here on the Prophetess, and this will wreck these units pretty bad if they stay. Yeah, that's some big old damage there against those Skeleton Horsemen and those Nehakar Horsemen there. Certainly not bad. So halberds charging once again, or it looks like Mounted Yeomen into the braced halberds here, and now you can see Falcon coming in. The Pegasus Knights flying down from the sky, lancing into the Eyes of the Desert, and certainly going to be quite nasty here. Although it looks like a big old Doom and Darkness used on the Bretonnians, but their leadership is holding firm, as the Eyes of the Desert are worn down by the hammering charge, of those Bretonnian Knights. In the meantime, elsewhere on the battlefield, Crypt Ghouls are getting worn down. The Bretonnian infantry are actually winning most of their fights. Granted here, it looks like the Tomb Kings might be able to hold this. More Knights of the Realm and Knights Errant charging back in once again. Pegasus Knights trying to cycle charge to the best of their abilities, but the Liber Mortis has been really good for these blob fights. I think that Crabbling certainly has some really powerful tools for the blobbed up fights here, and it is showing here in this battle. In the front, though, Men-at-Arms and Halberds are wearing down the Ushapti. Crypt Ghouls are getting worn down by some brave Men-at-Arms who are supported by a Grail Relic. And the Prophetess, I would imagine more Wind Blasts are going to be coming in as she does dive on those Skeleton Archers. So the Ushapti summon has been used by Crabbling here, which will be nice. Certainly going to be forcing back the Pegasus Knights, but the Nehakar Horsemen are dissipating. The Eyes of the Desert are down to 8 models, and I believe they're actually crumbling, or at least in critical binding. But both armies have taken some pretty big casualties for sure. Another Wind Blast going down to the archers here. Brutal damage, man. Falcon's been just raking in the kills with those Wind Blasts there. And yeah, it's going to be a problem too when the Bretonnian infantry get in there and start like grinding down and occupying all these constructs. And yes, many of the Bretonnian knights are injured, but they are indeed legion. There are a ton of them. And they're going to be able to have some pretty good critical mass striking, even with multiple units being beat up, because there are simply so many of them. So for the Pegasus Knights, we have one unit left here. I think the other Pegasus Knight may have gotten pushed off the battlefield and or Spirit Leeched into Oblivion. And here come the Pegasus Knights for another big charge. I definitely would have waited to charge for the Ushapti summon to disappear, but they do charge in, doing some decent damage against the Eyes of the Desert, it looks like. And now the other Bretonnian Knights intercepting the summoned Ushapti here, which will be disappearing in about 25 seconds, give or take. Yeah, the Pegasus Knights need to pull back. They still have 14 models here. The Bretonnians have some infantry left. They have some men-at-arms. The Grail Relic is still here to keep them fighting. And the Knights Errant charging in once again to the backs of these unbraced halberds, able to get probably about 400 or 500 damage on the charge there, so certainly very impactful. You also have to remember, there is a summon here as well. So these are skeleton summons from Ark in the Black and Ushapti summons, and when they do disappear, the Bretonnians will probably creep back on the Bounce of Power, despite the fact that it is in the favor of the Tomb Kings ever so slightly here. So the Pegasus Knights are back in business, certainly going to be hammering down the Eyes of the Desert, getting the charge, and the Eyes will be taking quite a bit of damage from the Pegasus Knights. They hit relatively hard. Not the best AP values, but still a bonus for large that really can carry them into the good night. But man, Crabling has been on point. His Liber Mortises have been here every single time there's a big fight. Suddenly there's just like a Liber Mortis. He has been doing such a good job with that. And the Eyes are holding. I mean, yeah, they are anti-large, armor-piercing monsters, so pretty good against Pegasus Knights in return. But Falcon really staying the course here in this battle. His Prophetess is very, very low at this point as well. And yeah, he's got to be careful. I think most Skeleton Archers are gone. I think that most of the damage the Prophetess has been taking is from Spirit Leeches and or Overcasting, and taking some damage on herself there. So yeah, most of the Tomb King support is wearing down. Tomb Guard with halberds are being hammered down. Pegasus Knights have pulled back. We have 8 here, and it looks like 6 here. So some decent combat function on those ones, but for the most part, they are a little bit beat up here. Eyes of the Desert are rocking 6 models now, and the Knights Errant are going to be charging in. They're not anti-large, of course, but Knights... oh, those are Knights of the Realm. Okay, so there are some Knights of the Realm left who do come in and lance down the Eyes. Might be able to break those guys. We also have some Spearmen at Arms pushing in as well. And now the Pegasus Knights are going after Ark in the Black here, who is a large entity on his horseback. The Bretonnian Lord lives. She's up in the sky here. The Prophetess certainly could get some good wind blasts, perhaps. I definitely wouldn't overcast it at this point, but we'll see. And I think the Grail is here also. The Grail Relic is going to be a huge game changer. It'll keep like these Spearmen fighting an unnatural length of time. Some would consider it unnatural. Tomb Guard with halberds, 11 models are crumbling. If we look around the battlefield, it looks like neither players really have much more than what you see on the battlefield here. The Knights Errant are rallying back here in the forest, which is going to be pretty substantial. And you can see here the Eyes of the Desert are actually breaking down. The Knights Errant and the Knights of the Realm, supported by the Grail Relic, are fighting pretty much to the bitter end. And also the Spearmen at Arms, rocking 41 models, doing a great job. And the Skeleton Chariots back here from Crabling are in a bit of trouble. Bretonnia is still behind on the Bounce of Power because of how powerful Ark in the Black is. And plus there's also a Necrotect. But I think that if Bretonnia clears everything else out, I think the Cycle Charging and the Grail Relic will actually win him the game. Simply because these Men-at-Arms are just going to be going all freaking night. So we still have some Ushapti here, it looks like. They do, of course, have the buffs from the Necrotect. And what are they rocking here? Yeah, Crabling is currently still ahead in the balance, but I know that Grail might be able to carry it. Oh no, and he has another summon in the back pocket. I forgot about that. Yeah, and Ark in the Black also does have his curse. So the big problem for Bretonnia here is when the curse does go off, it's going to nuke everything. I forgot about the curse and the summon. Man, that summon is brutal. And even with the Grail Relic, the Bretonnians are going to be buckling and running. And it looks like Crabling is going to be winning game 2 here in a very close match, actually. That one was really down to the wire, but the summon, the Liber Mortises were so good also. I mean, he nailed every single one of those. So Crabling wins, and it's a 1-1 series, my friends. 1-1 series. So let's update the scorecard. Boom. Jump back into the lobby. All right, lads. Game 3. That was a really close game, actually, but the Libers, I think, saved them. They were just so clutch. We'll go on Schwarzhofen for the next map. And yeah, they could just pick whatever they want, honestly. Picks and bans don't really matter in auto-gen tournaments, so... Yeah, that was a brutal one. Naya Sancta out here protesting, but still have times to catch a turn stream. Oh, 1 second. I just gotta... My phone's like... Oh, I think that's because of the curfew. Yeah, they're just saying that there's a curfew in the city of Los Angeles right now. Let me turn that off. All right, guys. Thank you for your donation. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to join the stream. Hopefully I'll keep you entertained. Right on. Right on, my friend. Stay safe out there. All right, so they're just working it out. I mean, honestly, just pick anything you want. Autogen, bounce, doesn't matter. Autogen, bounce doesn't matter. So just pick any faction. Like, it really doesn't matter. But they can, I mean, if they want to do like a pick and ban or gentleman's, I'm fine with that too. Yeah, Libra Mortis like countered every Alpha Strike, yeah. With the 44% physical resist, it was really solid. No, the curfews, it was just telling us that it was at 6 p.m. Yeah. So you can't go out after 6 p.m. right now, yeah. I need you to Photoshop your head over the stream's thumbnail. It could be glorious. I will. Maybe for future ones. So, Pirates of Sartosa. Why would you choose Pirates of Sartosa? There's no campaign units. So, too many undeads. He's looking at Pirates of Sartosa, but honestly, there are a ton of options for campaign units if you really want. Crabling, though, looks like he wants Sartosa. I mean, he is the Crabling, so playing Vampire Coast makes sense. David, thank you for the fiver. Mullet nod. Yes. I got the mullet nod. When I was on a run the other day, some old man who also had a mullet kind of nodded at me and gave me his approval, which was great. Wicked D, are you serious? You had a flagellant outside of your store today who was hitting himself with a whip? No way. So, Zachary O'Neill, can you give tips on optimized Tempest play? Yeah, Tempest is pretty much a point-and-click ability. Like, you just want to make sure you time the Tempest for when your archers and follow-up units are in range and prosper. That's pretty much it. But with high magic, usually you see Apotheosis, Soul Quench, and Tempest are like the primary abilities you'll see there. Yeah. All right, so players are going to do it. Falcon hasn't picked his faction quite yet. Okay, Crabling is going Pirates, so now he can do his autogen. Falcon should play Avres here. I don't know why. Avres was like, okay, his first autogen, he got some animated Hulks. He got a bloated corpse. There's his second one. He re-rolled that as soon as he saw the bloated corpse. He should probably wait to see what his opponent's picking too. Falcon's going Lizards. Yeah, Lizards are really strong. DJ Mowgli! That's what I call my dog, Mowgli, sometimes, actually. Thank you for the 500 GKK. Holy shit, man. For the mustache implant to grow with the mullet, and for the many, many hours of entertainment I've enjoyed watching. Thank you, man. That's super generous of you, man. Yeah, maybe I'll grow a mustache. I don't know. It's pretty terrible. So Falcon, I think, is going with the Nakai sub-faction. So we have the Spirit of the Jungle versus the Pirates of Sartosa. It looks like Crabling using his third or fourth one. I can't quite remember, but they know the drill, so I don't need to enforce it too hard. Yeah. All right, so Falcon is going with the Cult of Sotek. He's used his first roll, and he got the Blessed Saurus with Spears and Blessed Croxagores. He might keep that. Crabling says, I don't know what that last word is, but it's clearly something bad. So he got a Vampire Fleet Admiral, Captain of the Deep. So he's got two Deep Casters. He's got double Depth Guard, Black Spot, Bloated Corpse, Mortar, and Night Terrors. Yeah. And Falcon looks pretty happy with this. He's got Blessed Horn ones. So he did use a reroll as well. Yeah. This is Cult of Sotek. So this is Tehenowin's unique faction. I know Sotek has a couple more rerolls, but I'm pretty sure Crabling is like out. Okay, Crabling says he's on his last reroll and he's scared because he hasn't rolled Aranessa, who he's been trying to get the entire time. Do you risk it? Oh, and he does it. That's his last reroll. Crabling has a Vampire of Death, a Gunnery Wipe. Okay, a much better army. A Gun Line, some Fellbat Disruption, a Mortar. Okay, so Crabling's army is here. You guys can see it. Depth Guard, all sorts of good stuff here. And Falcon looks like he has re-rolled. He's got the Clawsodon Hunters. Hey, Turin, did you chat forget it's my birthday? It's not my birthday. Corey Hancock, what faction do you think needs the most help in multiplayer? I think Dwarves. Dwarves are strong, but I think like Dwarves and Bretonia kind of need some new stuff. They just feel like kind of stagnant. And though they have some really good matchups, they also have a ton of bad ones. Dwarves, I suppose, have gotten better with like the buff to Gyrocopters. All right, so Crabling is here with his army. I think Crabling's army now is pretty good. He's got a Vampire with a pistol and a Gunnery White, a decent front line with some powder. It's not bad, honestly. Falcon. Oh, Falcon got it. with his fourth or fifth roll, I can't remember. He got the Blessed Tsar Spears, Blessed Cold Ones. He got a Blessed Carnosaur, a Blessed Bastillodon, and he got Tehenoan also. So Tehenoan does have the Lower Beast and a Skink Chief. Pretty good armies, honestly. He was trying to get Tehenoan, it looks like. All right, go, go. Let's get this party started. Yeah, he's spending his chevrons right now, it looks like. Worst unit for its cost in the whole game easily. Yeah, the tournament's all auto-generated armies. Beastmen could be fun. Beastmen could be really fun. So basically, the players are allowed to cut spells and abilities. They cannot change mounts, but they can cut spells and abilities to buy items if they want to. So that, you know, because in the first auto-gen tournament we did, players just couldn't get items and it was kind of stupid. But now they actually can, so. Man, again, DJ Mowgli and Corey, thank you guys so much for those very generous donations. It does mean a lot. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, Blessed units, I don't think all of them have Perfect Vigor. I think most of them do. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, to be honest. DKK is the currency from the country they're from. Yeah, don't worry, guys. When we jump into the battle, we'll take a look at all of the Blessed units. I can't remember what they get, but they certainly make Lizardmen pretty strong. I'm surprised that Crabling didn't go for like a faction with some campaign exclusive units. The Greenskins are really good because Greenskins, you can get the Lava Arachnarch Spider, you can get Feral Wyverns, but you can also just get a ton of shitty goblins too. So, you know, it's hit and miss. Although goblins aren't bad anymore, really. Blessed Carnos are faster than Heavy Cab. Don't they have like 90 speed? So Mark Garrett, Tehenoan has a couple items. He has, I think, the main item though is the Plaque of Sotek. And the Serpent, he has one item that gives like poison to all nearby allies, which is pretty good. Yeah. He's got some schemes for sure. So Falcon is basically just redistributing his chevrons and his abilities right now. The Carnosaur has 100 speed. Man. Yeah, Polearm Death Guard are pretty bad, but they actually did good in our first game of the day. They were able to kill like a Great Eagle and stuff. The Skink Skirmishers get an extra charge bonus if they're Blessed. Are you serious? Oh my god. Gawk them correct. It is Denmark. It is Denmark indeed. I'd like to travel there someday. I think it'd be fun. Lady Turn and I want to make a... You know, I'm thinking maybe someday down the road, this will be a ways off, but Lady Turn and I will do like a big trip around Europe and meet up with a bunch of you guys. I think it'd be really fun. All right, guys, we're loading into the match. Mark Runyon! Lizard Moses leading the chosen people of the old ones, blessing upon them all. I know. I'm really excited for this, guys. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. Yeah, I do know Star Wars Legion. I have a couple friends who I play 40k with who also play that game. I heard it's pretty good. I might get into it someday when my hand gets fixed, but I'm going to have my hands full with Old World, 40k, and, you know, other games. Man, I'm going to have a whole cave. All right, guys, and here we are. So for Crabling, we have a Vampire of Death, and I'm sure he's just brought Spirit Leech and the leadership effects, a Gunnery Wight, a Mortar. Frontline is just kind of a mishmash of Sartosa Free Company and Depth Guard and a couple zombie mobs. But he's got pretty good handguns. He's got Black Spot. He's got a Gunnery mob back here and also Shade Wraith Gunners with some Fellbat support. It's not a bad army, really. And for Falcon, we have Lizard Moses with a Manticore Summon and Amber Spear. We have a Skink on the ground. Oh my god, guys. Look at this. The Blessed Carnosaur has freaking 90 speed. This thing is a track star. Oh, look at the cool plating it has on its head, too. Man, 90 speed on that Carnosaur. That thing can, like, keep up with Skirmish Cav. Like, your Dark Riders, you're not going to be escaping this Blessed Carnosaur. Your Centaurs will get caught also. Blessed Cold One Spear Riders have, looks like just better stats to boot, which is cool. And I think he's got some Blessed Saurus Spears down here who look to just have better stats also. Feral Bastillodon, bunch of Skinks. We have Temple Guard, Cold One Riders, and up in the sky we do have the Pterodon Riders as well. Yeah, honestly, the thing we're really going to be watching is the straight up Jurassic Park with that Blessed Carnosaur with its freaking 90 speed. Crabling says, I got an ROR army. Yeah, the Carno looks really cool. The Blessed Carnosaur. Yeah, I might record a video of Lady Turn and I playing some Magic. Yeah, why not? That could be something fun I could do. Yeah, we'll make our rounds. We'll make our rounds. I've been to Canada before. My dad actually had dual citizenship in Canada and the U.S. because of he worked there so long that he was able to get citizenship there. So, yeah. I'm fast as F, boy. Yeah, he is for sure. That Carnosaur is going to be quite speedy. 90 speed is pretty insane, and I think its leadership's really good too. Yeah, it has like pretty high leadership. It does rampage though, so that's something to be considered as well. Yeah, but it's the campaign units. Sometimes some of them are actually not great, but I mean, for the most part, most of them are just better versions. Because yeah, some are like really overpriced too. I think my favorite was seeing the Knights of Calidor and Tor of Res. I really expected to see more greenskins, but we do have a best of 5 final though, so I think we'll see that perhaps. Yeah, the Carnosaur looks really freaking cool. So Helene here is getting Spirit Leech down. Certainly good, and the Shade Wraith Gunners are pouring in. Honestly, Crabling has some... Oh, did he Amber Spear the... Oh, I thought that was a Bloated Corpse. He Amber Speared the Vampire Fleet Admiral. Yeah, and was able to get some good damage. But so far, the Shade Wraith Gunners are turning their sights here onto the Blessed Bastillodon and are getting some pretty good damage there. The Vampire Coast should be able to hold back the Lizardman Infantry, as there really isn't any. There's some Temple Guard here in the back and some Blessed Saurus. And now we have some big trading as the Shade Wraith Gunners just kind of shoot into the Blessed Bastillodon. But the Blessed Bastillodon does do magic damage and fire damage, so he is able to surpass the physical resist of the Shade Wraith Gunners. And now we have the mighty Bloody Reaver Depth Guard. Look at the Carnosaur just like running ahead of these heavy cav, just like, oh man, that's so cool. But this decides who goes to the finals to face, I believe, Helene won. Can't quite remember. It's been a while. But I think Helene did win. So the Gunnery White is shooting a Manticore Summon has been dropped from Falcon. Falcon basically preparing a huge Alpha Strike. He does have the Blessed Coldland Spear Riders. But the firepower from Vampire Coast here is no joke. Shade Wraith Gunners are just tearing into those skinks right there, it looks like, or maybe some of the gunnery mobs are. And yeah, it seems like, honestly, Vampire Coast is doing this. I think Falcon's got to engage before he takes, I don't know, the delay there. He seemed to take a lot of damage on that approach. So good luck, have fun. So here we have the Coldland Riders charging into the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard and Halberds here. I think certainly a misplay. Maybe he's just going to be charging in, trying to bait in some of the other units here, which I suppose is smart. And now we have the Trackstar Feral Carnosaur with its 90 frickin' speed looking for blood. Don't really know where it's going to be going. I would imagine after the Gunnery White or something like that, but we will see. And the Manticore Summon has been used to go after the black spot here in the back and try and shut down the gun line. So now that Falcon is really kind of pulled in the Vampire Coast army here, I think he's going to be trying to go around the far side, but Helene is certainly being hunted pretty bad by the Shade Wraith Gunners, really taxing Falcon's micro to the max, where he has to kind of go back and forth, and really juke a lot of these guys pretty aggressively. So the Feral Carn is coming in now. The Bloody Reaver Depth Guard, though, with the Enrage! Look at this! 44% ward save, and they're cutting through these Blessed Cold ones. Who would have thought the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard would be an MVP unit against Falcon's army? But here we have it. Spirit Leech going down to the Blessed Carnosaur. Crabling is clearly trying to rampage that thing, so he can drag it down with the spears. But in the back, Falcon is able to circumvent Crabling's defenses, get his Coldland Riders onto the cannon, and should be able to follow up in suit against the Shade Wraith Gunner. So, pretty even trading. Temple Guard will be quite good here also. Good AP values, definitely will trade well versus the Depth Guard and some of those other troops. And the Blessed Carnosaur is prevented from rampaging with the Cold Blood effect coming in from Tehenowin up in the sky. Lizard Moses really doing his thing. Oh my god, the Carnosaur gets 50% magic resist also. Oh my god, that is insane. I mean, not super crazy. I guess against Shade Wraith Gunners it's really good, but yeah, the Blessed Carnos apparently does have 50% magic resist. So now we have Depth Guard fighting Temple Guard here. Probably going to be favoring the Temple Guard. And the Vampire Fleet Admiral still grinding it out, going after that Feral Bastillodon here. And the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard are now going to be switched on over to the big old Carnosaur now. This is quite good. If the Bloody Reavers are able to rampage this big dino here, their anti-large halberds will be pretty efficient here. And some of the guns are able to shoot as well. The black spot going into the Carnosaur. Carnosaur is in a bit of trouble. It is rampaging, and now it's surrounded by some very powerful halberd units. Obviously very overcosted for traditional multiplayer, but still very efficient here against the Blessed Carnosaur, who is being dragged down by the halberds here. Yeah, and it's broken. The Blessed Carnosaur is broken. I don't know if there's going to be any follow-up from Crabling to chase this bad boy off the battlefield. There certainly could be. But the Bloody Reavers appear to be the MVP so far. The Gunnery White is killed by the Manticore Summon of Falcon, so it's just those little micro plays that certainly pull the game back. But the Carno, it's going to be hard to chase down. It's very fast, so he's going to be running and should most likely come back. Now for Crabling, if we look around here, his Depth Guard are grinding in the front. In the back, he's got some deckhand mobs and some other dudes going after the Bastillodon, and he still does have his Bloody Reaver Depth Guard, who should be pretty efficient in this engagement versus Tehenowin and some of these cav units. There still is another Bastillodon in the back as well, and I would imagine the Carnosaur will be coming back soon. Did it come back? Where is the Carno? Did I miss him somewhere? Oh, he's back. Yeah, the Blessed Carnosaur did come back, and now he's basically just teabagging the Night Terrors there, who are pretty much down for the count. Good Fellbat play here from Crabling, chasing down the Feral Bastillodon, using the Doom and Darkness to actually tank its leadership. Pretty pro play right there. And the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard do have the Enraged mechanic, and they are fighting Temple Guard, but with Enraged, they should trade pretty efficiently. There still are some Zombie Pirate Gunnery mobs, and the Vampire Fleet Admiral with the pistol is going to be doing mortal combat with Tehenowin, who's going to be swooping in there. Tehenowin can cycle charge very efficiently here, and it looks like maybe a Spirit Leech is going to be going down here, maybe? Yeah, it looks like a Spirit Leech is going to be following up, and she does have a pistol, so she's going to be able to shoot Tehenowin even if he does kite back like this. Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs, able to push back some of the cav units. And here we have the Depth Guard still fighting. Man, these Depth Guard are doing the work of the gods. Look at them, actually chewing down Tehenowin, and Tehenowin is broken. And the big old Carnosaur is coming in as well. It's a very, very close scrap, but I don't think the Depth Guard are going to be able to carry it. I think the zombies need to like get on top of the Depth Guard so they can support one another. The Vampire here is in a bit of trouble as the Trackstar Blessed Carnosaur is able to jump down and, yeah, do some brutal damage here. Is she going to do this? Black Pry Pit activated, giving recharge and reserves, so perhaps another Spirit Leech could be in the books here. Good Fellbat play from Crabbling, chasing down the Feral Bastillodon of Falcon. And the Depth Guard, though they did really well actually this game, taking down some big dinos, are going to be breaking. There's only 14 models left and only so much they can do. Yeah, I just don't think the Vampire Lady's going to be able to do it. Maybe if it was like a Summoner type character, but Falcon still does have Tehenowin over here. Tehenowin may have an Amber Spear type effect left, or I think he's out of Manticore summons. Only 47 HP right there, though. That's pretty nuts. Yeah, no zombie summons. It's Lore of Death here for the Vampire Coast. Now the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mobs are being swarmed by Blessed Saurus and Temple Guard. Like, I don't think there's any way. And it looks like Falcon will be advancing on to the finals to face Helene in today's Haggard Auto-Gen tournament. Well played to those two players. It was a good scrap for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think Crabbling did pretty well considering he had to use like Depth Guard Halberds and a couple other units. But his gun line was nasty. He really wrecked Falcon's force in the beginning, but Falcon was able to get the good engagements and push it back. Yes. And there you have it, my friends. Crabbling eliminated Falcon, winning 2-1 in a very hotly contested series. But Helene, it is now time for you in the grand finals. GG. So Falcon, stay here. And Helene, go ahead and join if you could. All right, one sec. All right, looks good. So guys, just coordinating with the players real quick. Perfect. All right, so Helene is here. It's going to be Helene versus Falcon. We're going to be on Prague for the first map, and players can go ahead and pick. I hope we get some greenskins out of Helene. It'll certainly be very fun. And cool, so let me go ahead and update the score plates. Falcon will be on the right side. Helene will be here. I'm just going to put Helene for short. It'll fit a little bit better. And update the scorecards. Looks good to me. Let's go ahead and check on the stream. Okay, we got to make their names a little bit bigger here. Apparently it was too small. There we go. That's what she said. Couldn't resist. Could not resist. All right. Pick away. It is time. Nice to see the Depth Guard. Yeah, they didn't do bad there. Those halberds actually took down the Carnosaur and did some decent work. Yeah. They did indeed. Thanks, guys, for joining. It's best of 5. It's best of 5. So Falcon's going to be going of rest here. How far into the stream are we? Yeah, about an hour and 45 minutes. We have another 45 minutes or so. And yeah, Falcon's going to go Tour of Rest and versus Knights of Calidor. I think this is going to be it. All right, so Falcon is going to be generating his army soon. So obviously with Tour of Rest, you have access to the Knights of Torgaval, you have the Skyhawks, Gate Guard. Like, you have a lot of crazy stuff here that you can get in auto-gens. Knights of Calidor. Oh my god. Oh! Look at Helene. He got double Gordonar, Champion of the Flame. He got the double Meme Dragon. Oh god. I can't believe it. Yeah, Lava Ragnarok's really strong too. A Mortis Engine Anti-Large Spider. Come on. Kevin Robinson. Fat Crispy. Thank you so much for the donation. I have no idea what that means, but thank you. Are you talking about the dragons? Because we got double Gordonar, a Flamespire Phoenix, and an Archmage of Death with a couple Rangers. Oh my god, guys. He got the double unique dragon. All right. So generate Falcon. Let's tell Falcon to generate. Please do not reroll this, y'all. Like, keep that. That is a thing of beauty. Oh, no. Okay, Falcon hadn't picked Tour of Rest. It looks like he's going Skaven. Oh, he's going... Okay, Falcon is going Skaven. They're in chat together, guys, so they're not counter-picking. These guys are probably literally hanging out in chat together. So he's rolling Skaven here. No campaign units here. Probably pretty bad. I think he wants to keep going. Skaven have some really good campaign exclusive, like the Eye Takers and the Death Dealers and a couple other units as well. He might keep this. He did get a Helpit Abomination, some Slingers, and Poison Wind Globes. I would suspect he's going to reroll, though. Those dragons are broken beyond belief. Well, we'll find out. Oh, that's a good one from Falcon. He got the Eye Takers, the Death Dealers, and Warfire Throwers. Hell yeah. Keep this army, Falcon. And he got a Warlock Master for Howling Warp Gale. Oh, yeah. Death Dealers and Eye Takers. He got the campaign Jezzails and the campaign Rattling Gunners. With another Jezzail also. Keep Falcon, dude. You got to keep this army, bro. You got to keep this army. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, Scryer does get the workshop units, yeah. Well, all Skaven do. So you can see the campaign exclusive units here. Yeah, the Doombringers, the Death Dealers. Falcon's got to keep this army. That's like his only chance, I think. Because at least he'll have good sniping against the monsters, and the army's very narrow, so his gun line won't be super threatened. Yeah, it looks like he's keeping it. I think he's redistributing his gold now. They get 5 rerolls. Yeah, so they can like... But, you know, the thing is, if you get a good army and you reroll, you could get something way worse. So it adds a little bit more kind of like skill, not skill, well, I guess skill, because like you get to like kind of decide what you think would be good. Yeah. What happened to Imric in the lore? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know, Christian. That's more of a question for the great Sotek or Spartacus. Yeah, double Gordonar. Gordonar and his mighty twin brother Gordonar. So the dragons you have... He's the cheapest one, though. Oh, we can actually look and see what he does. All right, so guys, we're looking at Gordonar, the champion of the flame. He's got his breath attack, and he has... Oh my god! This thing has rebirth? Guys, so Gordonar has rebirth. Like, he's a little bit weaker, but he has the Phoenix rebirth ability. Oh my god, what a meme. So these dragons could literally come back to life if they go below 10%. Wow. So the dragons have rebirth, okay. Yeah, wow, okay. That's pretty insane. Ravazar, don't worry, I'll be doing the auto-gen tournaments probably once a week. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What happened to the mullet in lore? It grew to and took over the entire old world, yes. So yeah, Diego, Indie Pride and I have both been doing auto-gen since like the game came out more or less. Like I was doing it in Warhammer 1 with just my own quick battles, but he calls them Trials of Tzeentch, I call them auto-gen. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right. So he has triple rebirth. He's got rebirth on his Flamespire Phoenix, which has massive golden chevrons, and then he has 2 dragons, which can be rebirthed as well. But I mean, aside from that, he only has like nothing really. He's got a couple rangers, looks like a lion chariot of Krace, war lions, and an eagle. So he's got 4 single entities, which is going to be horrible for Falcon to deal with. So Falcon has artillery, he's got Iked Zap Cannon. I mean, he has good tools here against some of the big monsters, but that is a lot of monsters to deal with, guys. He's got the Eye Takers, he's got Jezzails, he's got the Death Dealers, which are the ROR Rattling Guns from campaign. And let's take a look what they do. So yeah, I think they're just better. They have suppression, of course, which is normal, and good AP values. But the Eye Takers, the Warplock Jezzail RORs from campaign, these guys actually have a blind effect, so it lowers melee attack and melee defense of the target, which is actually really strong. And of course, he has the Natty Bubo Sharpshooters as well. So he certainly has some tools, but the rebirth is going to be nasty. Yeah, it's going to be quite nasty indeed. What's the most ridiculous unit you'd like to see from a faction without campaign-only units? Since campaign units are OP, what's the most ridiculous unit I'd like to see from a faction without campaign-only units? Oh god, I don't know. That's a tough question, man. I have to think about that. Babel Triumphant, what change would it take to make Bretonnian Elite Cavalry, Grail Knights, and Hippo Knights see more play? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. They're pretty good like in certain matchups, but they're obviously really big targets, and most people against Bretonnia are going to bring some sort of like artillery or like, you know, Fate of Buna type effects. maybe like a cost reduction. I don't know, but even a cost reduction, it's really a tricky balancing thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. Maybe a slight cost reduction would make them more viable. Even still, they are viable in some matchups. Like Grail Knights are often used in against like Vampire Counts and do pretty well for themselves. All right, so the Skaven Artillery is shooting in here. I'm sure Falcon is quaking in his boots over there as he sees the double Gordonar. El Gordo. Going to be coming in with those giant rebirths. Oh my god, that's so funny. I mean, they still are not like super crazy in terms of combat. You know, 495. But yeah, the Jezzails are shooting now. And Helene is juking pretty efficiently. And the Storm Riders. These are the Storm Riders, Lothern Seaguard here. Oh my god. Yeah, both players have access to autogen stuff. Oh, and a Howling Warp Gale going down actually on the Flamespire Phoenix. Now Falcon, I would imagine, is going to be switching all of his Focus Fire. Or is it just going to be a basic Howling Warp Gale with no follow-up? Yeah, he's going after the Phoenix now, which I'm surprised. And here we have the Warp Fire Throwers moving out of the battle lines. Some of them did get scorched by Gordonar Jr. here. And those Warp Fire Throwers are in a little bit of trouble, but the Howling Warp Gale is good, but I don't know. Didn't seem to get too much value. Teeth Breakers have not gotten engaged yet either. And the Ikit Zap Zap Cannon is still zapping away. There is no healing in this army, but again, rebirths are basically a heal. Oh, and now the Rattling Gunners, the Death Dealers, are teeing off on the big dragon here, and you can see how quickly the dragon is going down. So certainly a pretty good situation for Falcon. The Warlock Master just kind of scurrying about with his Howling Warp Gale and Death Frenzy, actually, which is quite exciting. And it looks like there's going to be a Purple Sun. Oh my god, a Purple Sun on these rats here. Falcon gets away, and the Purple Sun gets into them a little bit. Yeah, honestly, you could probably just keep shooting. It's not going to be terribly devastating. So here we do have the Flamespire Phoenix and the Great Eagle landing, but the Plague Monk Sensor Bears will have Discourage. There's also an Assassin nearby. And in the back we have Gordonar number 2 landing. But look at this, one of the big dragons is actually going down. The Skaven campaign weapons teams, the Death Dealers. Oh, is it going to get the Rebirth? Oh, it got it, but it got nuked right before it could proc. Oh man, that was clutch. So Falcon's Death Dealers and his Eye Takers were able to finish off Gordonar. He was about to get that Rebirth. Like, it was like a half a second away from going. Adam, thank you so much for the donation. You are amazing. Thank you, man. Right back at you, dude. So one Gordonar is down for the count. The Skaven Sensor Bear is doing pretty good work here while the Assassin takes that Great Eagle to town. And it looks like the Ikit Zap Zap Cannon is going to be staying online as some Clan Rats with shields do surge forward. But the Lion Chariots of Krace are going to be jumping in and running over these units. So Helene still has some other tools aside from his big monsters, but a really nice Howling Warp Gale. Oh, but a massive breath attack from Gordonar. El Gordo dropping a huge breath attack right here. Just wrecking the Blight Scab's Plague Pack, but not before the Great Eagle is taken out. So some of the Jezzails have come back. Natty Bubo Sharpshooters are functional once again. El Gordo number 1 did go down here. But, yeah, the proc was about to go off. But, yeah, I think that the Hiles are probably going to get this still. There's just too many big monsters. And the Lion Chariots of Krace are able to finish off the Ikit Zap Zap Cannon. Warp Lightning going to be going down here on the Rangers, I would imagine. And the Warlock Master going to be going to engage against the War Lions. And, I mean, Skaven still have some tools left, but... Okay, so the Great Eagle is basically gone. It's just El Gordo and the Flamespire Phoenix, which, I don't know, I guess Falcon does have some units coming back. Like, these Jezzails and other units could potentially take out the big dragon. Yeah, like, he's got the Rattling Gunners, the 2 Jezzails here have come back. He might actually be able to do this. With those, if they don't rout off, unfortunately he did lose the Natty Bubos, but he still does have the Death Dealers, the Rattling Gunners here. And it looks like the dragon is running for the hills. High Elves still do have some Rangers, and the Lion Chariots of Krace are going to be super clutch, actually, because without the Lion Chariots, like, the Skaven could probably still pull this army apart. The Lion Chariots are going to be able to go deal with the Eye Takers here, no problem. And here we have the Flamespire Phoenix coming in. Falcon going to be getting his Death Dealers, trying to shoot it out of the sky, but it's going to be a little bit tricky at this point. And the Blight Scab's Plague Pack preparing to engage as the Assassin hunts down. Oh, look at this! Archmage of Helene could be in a little bit of trouble. It is a foot character, and Falcon does have this Mighty Assassin, who's much quicker, 54 speed, and I think the Assassin's Trophy should hit home, as Falcon might be able to take out the Lord here, which is good. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Hard to say. Here we have a Howling Warp Gale and the Flamespire Phoenix, and the Rattling Gunners are going to be turning like point blank and just blasting it. Sensor Bears might be able to break its leadership also. Yeah, I don't know. It's looking a little bit tough for the Skaven. I mean, even if they get this thing down, it could still rebirth as well. The Howling Warp Gale here, holding on. Plague Claw Catapult Crew coming back. Rangers are back in business. And the Assassin was actually pushed off by El Gordo himself. Yeah, the breath attack was pretty nasty. Yeah, that was pretty good though. Falcon did good damage here to this bird, but now there's going to be Rangers who should be pretty efficient. Some of the War Lines have engaged, but should be dragged down by the Master Engineer and the Blight Scab's Plague Pack. Rattling Gunner's a little bit obstructed, but putting some DPS into the Flamespire Phoenix, but El Gordo's coming in, and oh no, a Purple Sun coming in from the caster. Oh god, that's so painful. The Purple Sun from Helene just super clutch. Roasts through the last of the Skaven opposition. And El Gordo is going to be dropping a huge breath attack right there, which is going to be extremely punishing. And that is going to be game. Helene takes game 1 of the grand finals with a double, triple rebirth, and double El Gordo Dragon. Man, Falcon did a really good job taking out one of them, though, and he had some good tools against them, but that was certainly very, very tough to deal with. So let's go ahead and update the scorecards here. Helene goes up 1-0. Who are they going to pick here? Knights of Calidor seem to be pretty strong in this auto-gen. El Gordo Dragon. OP. All right, so let's go ahead and put him on the Pillar of Bone next. Go, go. Gordy? Yeah, Gordy's a good name for him, yeah. The other Gordon now is clearly a decoy. Oh, man. Yeah, the rebirth takes a little bit of time to proc, so the Skaven hit it so hard that it didn't get a chance to rebirth. So Yali's going to go Tour of Rest, and Falcon is going to the Knights of Calidor now. Oh, man. All right, so... Oh! Look at this! Falcon got Imrath the Eternal. Oh, what does this guy do? So he has the Primal Rage, so it has an Enrage mechanic. It has a Star Dragon level breath, and it's unbreakable. 690, bonus first large on this thing. Holy shit. This guy's a beast. So Falcon got Imrath, Double Great Eagle, and an Archmage of Beast with Swordmasters. This is like actually a really scary army. This is a really, really scary force, guys. Yes, Wicked G, correct. The winner of this retroactively becomes one of the Everchosens, yes. Oh my god, look at this freaking thing. So Helene is still auto-genning. This is his current army. He has an Archmage of Life. He's honestly got a good army. He's got a Moondragon too. Falcon's probably so happy right now. He's probably all giddy at his computer. I know what El Gordo means in Spanish. It was intentional. The mullet is here. It's just there's no reason for me to have a face cam on right now, but that is a thick dragon. I'm surprised Yali's not going to re-roll. Looks like he's keeping this build. So he has the opportunity to re-roll 5 times to try and get some campaign units, but it looks like he's very happy with this build here. Falcon, I'm sure, is very happy with Imrath the Eternal as well. Oh my god, this is awesome. It's like a Flying Dreadsaurian, yeah, basically. 690, bonus for Slarge. It has an Enrage mechanic that buffs it up even more. So as it fights, it gets like up to 25% weapon damage. Oh my god, the thing's going to have like 800 weapon strength. It's unbreakable. Kelly's army, though, bolt throwers, he's got his own air force, and Mage of Life is really good with all the single entities he has. I mean, I still think Kelly could win this, for sure. Yeah. I don't know why the Archmage is a beast comes so often. Yeah, we're on the beta right now because it fixes some buffs. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Kelly doesn't want to reroll, though. I'm surprised, because you can get some really crazy units. Like, the Knights of Torgaval are so good. Like, they only have 3 models, but each of them is like... That's like 900 weapon damage coming in when they land on you. It's insane. Yeah. There's always a reason to have a face cam on. We can do it. We can do it for you guys. Hold on. One sec, guys. Just going to go refill my water. I'll be right back. I'm back. And A and B, thank you so much for the $5 donation. The lack of Dawi in the stream is distressing. Yeah, they actually are really good in autogen. Dwarves like get pretty consistently decent armies in autogen. I'm surprised, but you know, obviously people want to play with the new shiny toys. So the dragon, I know it's going to be crazy. I'm very excited to see how this goes. So yeah, we'll see, guys. Players are doing their picks and bans here, and we'll get this started soon. An unbreakable dragon, yeah. It is. It's pretty fat. It has, yeah, Falcon's ready. Helene just about ready. Imrath the Eternal. Thing is crazy. I haven't played Imric's campaign yet, so I heard it's very difficult. I heard it's very, very challenging. One angry dwarf will still win somehow. Yeah, I suppose 2 elves fighting each other. Sounds like a victory. Yeah, they have 5 rerolls in total, but the players, both of them, Hyale kept his first army, and Falcon, I think, rerolled twice to try and get this big dragon. But they have more if they want to. What Lord gets Knights of Torqueval? They are a campaign exclusive unit for a Tour of Rest. So if you're playing with campaign units and like we are in our autogen, you can potentially get them by going with Tour of Rest. To answer your question. You need the, of course, Michael Kavanaugh, that's really funny, actually, yeah. That's really funny. Yeah, some sub-factions have different units from their... Yeah, correct. Yeah. So normally sub-factions kind of suck in multiplayer because it limits your lord choices and your opponent knows what's coming, but in autogen tournaments, we allow people to use campaign units, so it just gets, like, just absolutely wacky. All right. There we go. Very good. Hjali did reroll? Oh, did he? Let me take a look. No, this is the army I saw, I think. Yeah, so Hjali's got a Flamespire Phoenix. He's got a Sun Dragon. He's got the Gray, the Shadow Warriors ROR. Oh god, you almost never see these guys. Yeah, they're pretty janky. Fun unit though. He's got some Lothern Sea Guard, and for his caster, he's got an Archmage of Shadows, which is pretty decent for enfeebling foe and some of those other situations. And now for Falcon, he's got Reavers, he's got some Swordmasters and Halberds, but really what we're here to see is Imrath the Eternal. So this is the unbreakable anti-large armor-piercing Star Dragon with Enrage. He's got double Great Eagle and Alariel, not Alariel, but an Archmage of Beasts on a bird. I think the army probably favors Falcon because, like, I feel like his air force is so dominant that he's going to be able to just bully the Everest forces out of the sky. Good luck, have fun. I'd like to see some greenskins for sure. No, campaign units are not allowed in ladder or in tournaments. This is just a very fun casual tournament stream that we're doing. Obviously, we wouldn't normally allow this in tournaments. So we have a donation from Ozkirk. Thank you so much. He says, yes, the exciting and unpredictable auto meme variant is the platonic ideal of tournaments. Thank you, man. Thank you, Ozkirk, for your support. Yeah, it's one of my favorite formats. Oh, got it, Mr. Pig. Good catch. I missed that, man. Yeah, Falcon's Air Force is quite scary. But, I mean, Knights of Kalador will generally have a scary Air Force. Imrath the Eternal. He is here. Yeah, Swordmasters will be pretty good. I mean, what answers does Hjali have on the ground? I mean, he's got the Gray, which is so haggard. Oh my god. They're just, like, missing horribly. Like, these elite archers supposed to be, like, the scariest, right? Just, like, doing almost nothing. I think Hjali's in huge trouble. Like, I think he should have autogen more. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's got an Archmage of Shadows, but it's on foot. They can't play the same Factions 5, and it is best of 5 here, so clearly we're going to be seeing a lot of diversity here. The Gray misses every single shot against that Archmage, which is pretty hilarious. They do have Stalk and Unspottable. Looks like an Amber Spear tearing down. Does nail into the hide of that Sun Dragon. The one thing that Hjali has, he does have some archers on the ground, I guess, a couple units, so he can lend some fire support up into the sky and try and bring down Imrath the Eternal, but that guy's no small feat. The Bolt Throwers are shooting him. You have the Tyrannok Chariots as well with their bows. Does he enrage or rampage or anything? No, Imrath looks like he's just like OP. He just like gives no shits. Yeah, Falcon's army is definitely very strong. So we have a Manticore Summon coming down. Yeah, Andy got a Manticore Summoner, so his Air Force is even more dominant. So now, oh god, guys, the Apex Predator, Imrath the Eternal, I think is going to try and do battle here with the Sun Dragon. Big breath attack coming in from the Star Dragon on the Scions of Mithlon, which pretty much takes him down to 40%. Just a brutal breath attack on Hjali and Ollie's front line. And the Gray is actually shooting back, doing good damage against the archers. But yeah, it's only a matter of time before Imrath gets where he wants to go. In the back, we have the double Great Eagles land, but they are fended off by a Flamespire Phoenix, its mighty superior bird cousin, able to get that good engagement. And now we have Imrath battling the Sun Dragon. I think Hjali and Ollie just needs to run, honestly. If you could at least keep Imrath, like, busy, maybe Hjali can kind of endure this. So the Manticore Summon has been used. It's going after the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. And in the front, the Scions of Mithlon get charged by the mighty Warlines of Krace and also the Swordmaster, so they're not going to be long for this Earth. Now the Gray is still shooting in. It looks like the Gray is trying to take down the big old Imrath the Eternal here. And the Manticore Summon is going to be probably taken out by these two characters here. Oh, but it looks like a Pendulum's coming in. A big Pendulum going down the pipe. Really nice cast there from Hjali and Ollie is able to hit the Swordmasters. And it looks like some Witchcraft in the back here as well, as the next Manticore Summon is used here by Falcon. But yeah, both players scrapping as efficiently as they possibly can given the circumstances. A little bit of lag here. Hopefully... oh, my game crashed. Well, hopefully those players can keep playing. It is a beta build, so obviously it's a little bit unstable, but... hopefully they keep playing, and then I could just find out who wins. Or we could just replay it, to be honest. I think we'll just replay it. It was still early, obviously. There was no one who was in a clear state of advantage, aside from the armies being OP. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why my game crashed. I haven't had, like, game crashes in a while. All right, so we'll pull it back up. Sorry about that, guys. It's the nature of the beast. All right. Very good. Well, you guys got to see Imrith in his glory for a quick moment. Let me see if the battle's still going on. Does not look like it. Okay. So Falcon and Helene, let's rehost that bad boy. It is in the beta, so I'm sure there was some like random thing that just like triggered it. They could repick or do the same armies. I don't really care. All right, we'll be fine either way. So Helene's back. Did you guys crash also? It would appear so. So can do same factions or change. No problem. The mullet did overload the server, it's true. It happened. Okay, one sec, guys. Here, checking some goodies. Cool. Reroll. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, Helene could have won that battle for sure. So it could have gone either way. We'll just redo it. Yeah, Imrith was too much for the PC. He crashed the game. Yeah, it would appear so. I'm going to change the map, though, just to be safe. Because maybe it had something to do with the map. You never know. And again, we are on a beta build, so yeah. Cool. So players are re-rolling. Helene will take his army. Okay, so Helene did not get any campaign units, but he did get an Archmage of Life, an Eagle, a Chariot. Yeah, he's got a re-roll here. Oh, look at this! Oh, Helene, keep that army. Keep it, dude. This is going to be way more fun anyways. So he got a Spire Guard of... Oh, why would you re-roll it? You had the Spire Guard, dude. No, Helene. Helene had the Spire Guard of Tour of Rest. They're so good. And now he has the Faith Bearers and an Archmage of High Magic, but... Man, he had the really good archers that would be super good against the dragon units, actually. Oh, Helene, man. And Falcon got Lamoureux, the Frozen Breath. He got Imric and a Noble. Honestly, pretty good. Imric's not bad. No caster, though. He might want to re-roll that and try and get a dragon as well. No, man. Helene, man. I would have kept that. So Falcon's going to keep this Imric army. So it's Imric on a horse. A decent front line. He does have the Frost Dragon, ROR, so if you guys haven't seen that. It's the one that has the Chilling Aura and does also breath attacks, and it's pretty good as Frostbite also. And Helene re-rolled. Okay, he re-rolled. He got a Moon Dragon, a Sun Dragon, some Lions. And I think he must be running out of re-rolls. This is honestly a good army, though. He's got a Beast Caster. And yeah, I think that might be his last one, or maybe one more. I'm not sure. Oh no, Helene, he must have just not looked. Those archers are so good. So if we look, he had the Sentinels of Astral, or the Spire Guard of Tour of Rest. They're unbreakable, like really powerful archers. And then, of course, no, I think he had the Sentinels one. These are the Ushabti Greatbow ones. Yeah, the Sentinels of Astral. They have like Armor Piercing and Shield Breaker and like Anti-Large. Like they're really strong. So they can start when they're ready. I really wanted to see those in action. Yeah. I mean, Helene's build is pretty good now. He's got a... What kind of a caster does he have? He's got a Shadow Caster. He's got some elite front lines, a little bit of archer support. Falcon's army this time isn't as oppressive. It's certainly much better. So it'll honestly, it's probably a good thing that last game crashed, because I think it was pretty unfair, those armies. Granted, that's part of autogen, but this one should be a better battle. They have 5 rerolls. Helene's just fishing for the Knights of Torgabal. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing is fair, and these certain factions just have such good units. May the best Heil Flynn. Yeah, we're on the Ogham Shard this time, so we switched it, just in case it had something to do with the map. You never know. All right. So here we are, my friends. The battle's underway. Thank you all for joining. I know, 250 range and armor piercing, like, they're so good. Yeah, the Sentinels. And here we are. So, if we take a look at the forces of Tour of Rest, it's going to be an Archmage of, what kind of magic? Archmage of Shadows. Front line is a miscellaneous, kind of miscellaneous core of just random troops, basically. He's got some Cav, he's got a Sun Dragon, an Eagle, some War Lions, and a Great Eagle as well. So double Great Eagle, so it seems to be a pretty recurring theme. And for Falcon, he's got Lamoureux. He has the Flamespire Phoenix. He's got Storm Riders, Pure Main Company, Line Chariots of Krace, a Noble, and Imric on a horseback as well. Dragonhorn is here, so the Dragonhorn could be pretty impactful for sure. Yeah, it's going to be good. I know. They have 5 rerolls, correct, yeah. So it gives... I think it's a much better format than like 1 or 2 because 5 rerolls gives you the opportunity to like, it adds like a gambling component, which I think is really fun because like you can try and get better armies, but it can bite you in the butt. And also it gives you guys more of a chance to see the ridiculous campaign units here. Yeah, so yeah, they're allowed to cut spells and abilities and then use that gold to spend on items. So yeah, they can get items. Yeah. All right, so we have a Flamespire Phoenix. We do also have Mighty Lamoureux here. And yeah, it's going to be a battle of battles. The Air Force probably maybe favors Yali. Nah, I don't know, actually. He's got two Eagle units and a Sun Dragon versus a Bird and a Mighty Dragon. I don't know, he might still win the Air Force fight. What is his caster? Shadows. So maybe with like Enfeebling Foe on the Frost Dragon here, he could potentially get some good value. So this map is called the Ogham Shard. Yeah, it's a pretty good map. It's a fun one. It has some aquatics. There's like little swamps here and there. So if you're playing with skinks, you know, they can get some MLG engagements, which is always a good time. It's a little bit hard to see. One of the only downsides with this map, but in general, I think it's good. Yeah, the Vuvuzela is here. So the Vuvuzela is played by Imric. He's got the Dragon Horn, which literally sounds like a World Cup Vuvuzela. A very traumatic memory, I'm sure, for any of you Europeans who watch a lot of soccer, or football, as you guys call it. Yeah. And here comes the Bolt Thrower shooting downtown, spraying into the hides here of the Bolt Thrower here of Hyali and Ollie, so it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth trade. Oh man, look at this! And Hyali comes over here with his Shadowcaster, drops a huge erect pendulum here on the Pyramid Company, and then ganks the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. So it looks like Falcon just abandoning this back position here. A bit of a mistake. Man, Hyali and Ollie coming in for blood and really coming out of the gates pretty quick here in this match. So now Hyali's going to be turning about here to face the approaching army of Falcon. We will see if the White Lions of Krace will do it. Imric is here taking a little bit of focus fire as well. Yeah, Imric's pretty good. I mean, Imric's a pretty strong lord. Autogenning Knights of Kalador, I think, is really, really potent. Granted, I think like, it does have its weaknesses. The dragons are very expensive. A really nice bombardment right there on the Silver Helms. Only takes out 1 model, though. Doesn't do as much against armor. And the Lion Chariots of Krace do slam into the White Lions in the front, doing some great damage. See, this is a mirror match like I don't mind casting because they're playing different sub-factions, so the banners are at least different in the color scheme. So Imric is blobbing up here, and this is intentional. The reason he's doing this, I think, is just to get a breath attack engagement. Maybe. Yeah, and I think Hyali Nolly knows this, and he pulls back. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's the Rahagara's Pride doing the Mighty Roar, which does slow down the big dragon itself. A potential snare, just to buy a little bit of time. But up in the sky, the Archmage of Shadows probably looking to set up more pendulums. And here we do have a pretty big scrap as well. We have the Sun Dragon. Oh man, is it going to be another crash? I hope not. No? Looks like a little lag from someone, which is okay. Yeah, I was just hoping that we didn't have a game crash. Alright, I think we're okay. Very cool. So here, the Rahagara's Pride going to be coming over here to intercept the Lion Chariots of Krace. Should be able to pin those bad boys down. Here we have a pretty big monster mash. So Imric has popped the Dragon Horn. The Vuvuzela has been sounded. So suddenly the Goon Squad here of Falcon is going to be much stronger. You know, Flamestar Phoenix, the Noble, Lamoureux is going to be much stronger as well with 80 melee attack and also Frostbite. And this is really painful because Hyali and Ollie's Great Eagles just getting absolutely crumped here, just hunted down. And Frostbitten as well, potentially. And yeah, I still think Falcon's probably going to get this, actually. His big dragon is quite scary with the Frostbite and also having the Flamespire Phoenix plus the this other character here is really, really impactful. Sorry about the lag, guys. Should subside in a minute. I think it's one of the players is having some lag issues, but hopefully it will pass, as they both played Never Chosen and weren't too bad there. So we will see. I'll check in with them after the game, too, to make sure it's all good. So the Scions of Mathlon here holding pretty firm against the onslaught here of the Lion Chariots of Krace and the Storm Runners, the Riders in the Storm, pushing in there, doing some decent damage to this engagement. And it looks like Hyali and Ollie was able to pull back up with the Sun Dragon and get a really good breath attack down on Lamoureux, actually. Or Lamoureux, how the hell do you say it? Lamoureux? Yeah, I think that's how you say the name. Nonetheless, we do have a Dragon Duel. We have the Sun Dragon attacking the mighty Legendary Dragon here. And it looks like up in the sky, we do have the Archmage of Shadows Enfeebling Foe active, so that could actually give the Sun Dragon a fighting chance here. But Imric does use the Lord of Dragons here to lower the combat stat, so Imric does basically get a free dragon, or a free Enfeebling Foe, which is, I think, is one of the reasons why he's so good. And the Pigeon droppings are dropping here on the Lothern Sea Guard and the Phoenix Guard, and that was pretty nice for Hyali, because he did have the Elite Halberd support there on the ground, which did some big damage. But so far, both players trading very aggressively up in the sky here. Falcon's Lion Chariots of Krace wearing down the Spearmen, the Scions of Mathlon, and the regular White Line troops here for Hyali and Ollie should be in a little bit of trouble in just a moment. So up in the sky here, the Sun Dragon is just kind of flying about. It looks like the Great Eagle is feasted on by Lamoureux, and yeah, the Great Eagle's terrified, it's wavering. Probably will be a relative non-factor for the rest of this game here. So we have the Archmage of Shadows, maybe looking to take an engagement here versus the Flamespire Phoenix in the back. She's okay in combat. I think she has, what, like 420 weapon strength? That's actually not terrible. And Imric is still down to the ground, but he's a little bit surrounded. The Noble actually getting broken here for Falcon by the Rahagra's Pride. Rahagra's Pride, of course, a pretty high mass unit. A good breath attack coming in, but didn't do too much damage. It looks like it was just kind of chipped on the edge of the flank there. It was initially a pretty good target, though. And now up in the sky, we have Helene. He's able to get the good isolation. Man, is Helene going to get this with his Haggard Dragons and Eagles? Maybe so. The Flamespire Phoenix, though, if it does get a rebirth for Falcon, that would be pretty backbreaking for sure, especially considering Lamoureux is still alive and just running around and causing problems. And he does have the Chilling Aura, which gives him a pretty big advantage here for most of the melee engagements. And the Flamespire Phoenix does fall. That's a pretty good grab there from Hyali, but it looks like he is going to keep the Great Eagle attacking Lamoureux while he does try and run with his Sun Dragon. But the Sun Dragon is broken. Obviously, the Chilling Aura, the Frostbite Aura, does slow things down in Frostbite as well. So you can see the current speed here. Look at the speed. The Archmage of Shadows is rocking like 30 speed while it was frostbitten and slowed. That is really nasty. And just to try and get away, Helene does use the Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma to just apply the speed debuff on the dragon, not so much for the damage. And he is kiting it through some of his archers. Imric on the ground still causing some problems, but honestly, Imric might get dragged down by the Lions and some of these other troops. Hard to say. The Vuvuzela should be sounded once more in the deep. We will certainly see. So if we take inventory, Falcon does have his Bolt Thrower. Got a couple archer units as well, and the Heralds of the Wind, I think, are the ones now. Illyrian Reaver archers. And here on the ground, Imric's kind of in a little bit of trouble here, honestly. Being attacked by the Archmage and being swarmed by Halberds and also being slowed down by the Mighty Roar. So the Vuvuzela has been sounded. The Pyramid Company is going to be rocking 69 melee attack. That's what she said. And yeah, Lamoureux over here, getting the Dragonhorn as well coming in, might be able to tear out some of these guys potentially. We will see. But it looks like Falcon is in a relatively good position. The Sun Dragon is completely shattered, so that thing isn't going to be coming back. That actually could have been a saving grace. But the Knights of Calidor Dragon is kind of in a bit of a dangerous situation. It is fighting Lothern Seaguard, who of course have anti-large, but it looks like the Terror Rout's able to win it, and Imric is able to hold off and deal with the Archmage. So there you have it, guys. Knights of Calidor claiming glorious victory. Doing it to it. Stephen Camilli, thank you so much for the kind words, man. Breathtaking. Take your breath away. So 1-1 here in this series. In the scrap of scraps. Now we're going to put him on a meme map. Time for a meme map, lads. They're going to be on the Essence of Chaos. There was a big old flat fight going on, yes. Knights of Chaos. It was a close battle, actually. I think if Yala had kept his earlier army, he might have won. The reroll kind of hurt him. He had some really good archer units, like Unbreakable Anti-Large Archers, yeah. So they're going to decide on the matchup. We're on the Spirit Essence of Chaos, so I would imagine... Oh, yeah, we're getting the Broken Axe from Falcon. So there's his first army. Yeah, he's showing the units here, it looks like. Yeah, Falcon's showing you guys all the different campaign units, yeah. You can see here. Adam Warlock. Holy shit, man. Hey, man, how's it going? I have watched a lot of your streams over the years, and you have become by far my favorite. Love the good time vibes and happy fun, go lucky attitude. Oh, God, my brain just wasn't working. Okay, let me try reading your message again, because apparently I just can't read. Adam Warlock. Hey, man, how's it going? I have watched a lot of streamers over the years, and you have become by far my favorite. Love the good times vibes and happy fun, go lucky attitude. Happy fun, go lucky attitude, yes. Hope this helps my brother and keep up the great work. Dude, it does, man. Adam Warlock, thank you so much. That is extremely generous. I don't deserve it, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. I don't know what to say. I'll keep it going for you. We're going to be streaming like almost every day. It's my jam, so we might take like 1 or 2 days off a week, but yeah, thank you guys so much. Lamoureux, the French Breath Dragon. Oh, man. They're not doing a mirror match this time. They're just looking at their options right now, guys. They haven't selected their faction yet. Adam Warlock, one last time, man. Thank you so much for that very generous donation. That is huge, and that does help me out quite a bit, especially in these trying times. So Falcon's going Lizards. Ollie's going Greenskins. Oh my God, he got a Super Squig. I would reroll that for sure. He got some Spider Hatchlings and like some Pump Wagons, but yeah. So Greenskins have some good campaign units. You have the Spider, you have the Hydra, you have like the Wyverns. Falcon's going Lizards, which of course have some really good Blessed units. Hyali rerolls, okay. He gets triple Spider Hatchlings, he gets Grimgore, he gets a Goblin Big Boss. Hyali still has 3 rerolls, if I'm not mistaken. He gets Skarsnik and a Big Boss, 2 Spider Hatchlings, no big crazies yet. He can keep rerolling if he wants to. I definitely would if I were him. Yeah, we'll see what he ends up with. We'll find out. Adrian. I gotta show some action now. Yeah, Adam Warlock, man, thank you so much again. That's super generous. Hugs right back at you, man. Lady Turin and I shall feast like the heathen kings of old on some takeout tonight. 5 Super Squigs or Riot. I think he's pretty happy with this army. I mean, he got Skarsnik with the Rampage. Oh, I think he has 1 reroll left. So he rerolled that Skarsnik army into a Goblin Great Shaman. I wonder what mount he's on, the Goblin Great Shaman. With that amount of gold, I don't think it's a Catch Whip Shrine. You got Blackworks, you got Archers, which are actually Fanatic Archers. Those guys would be really good against Blessed Saurus. And with his final reroll, he goes quietly into the night. He gets Grimgore, Blackworks, Big Boss, Spider Hatchlings, Logie Bogie, Spore Splotus. Unfortunately, Kelly didn't seem to get any of the really dank campaign units. Yeah. So Falcon has kept his army. He's got a Salon Mage. But you know, like, the Fanatic Archers are going to be pretty good. You got the Warlord's Boys also. Double Spider Hatchlings, Pump Wagon. Grimgore won't be bad here. Grimgore will give some good AP, and but the Thunderous one is going to be nasty. No caster really sucks, though. Yeah. Party in the back for turn tonight? Yeah. Hey, Robin Udall. Thank you so much for the 50 SEK, man. That's very generous of you. I know you guys like autogen, but man, you guys are really showing the love today. I don't see a message, but Blessed Temple Guard, Skinks. Aside from that, Falcon's army isn't too scary. Despite not having a caster, isn't terrible. Yeah. Grimgore Vin Diesel. Yeah, Robin, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Curse the Baggins. I need to clean up my room. It's like super dusty. Living like an absolute creature. Yeah, we'll do an autogen FFA to finish. Yeah, we will. We will. Super Squig. The Super Squig is basically a bloated corpse that's faster. Yeah, it's better than a bloated corpse. It's fast. They have like something like 60 speed. I think. Let's check. Yeah, the Super Squigs. 58 speed's pretty good. I mean, they can nuke and they cost 425. They're just better bloated corpses, basically. Super Squigs are better than bloats. Yeah, they're bloated corpses with 58 speed, so they can actually be like maneuvered. Grimgore's coming for blood. Robin Adal says, I forgot to type, but I was just going to say these auto tournaments are the blast, and thank you for doing them. You're welcome, man. Thank you for your donation. Wookiee's doing good. He's very old and decrepit. Wookiee's probably like, you know, he's more or less like 15 years old, so. But for an old man, he gets around. I put Wookiee outside for like 20 minutes. You know, I take him out on a little walk, and he does nothing. He APs, but, you know, just kind of low-key stuff. And then as soon as I put Wookiee back inside and go into my room to start working on, like, the thumbnails and stuff for the stream, Wookiee just takes, like, a fat dump in the living room. Just, like, a fat one. I'm like, Wookiee, man, come on. I just had you outside on a little walk for, like, 20 minutes. What are you doing? Yeah, we'll have some big stream for 100K, for sure. When we do reach 100K subs, yeah. We're getting there. I think we're pretty close to 95,000, which is great, man. I just can't believe it. All right, so you guys know the armies. I mean, the Greenskins is mainly just a mess of random units. With a couple archers, he's got some Boarboy Biggins, Savage Orc Boarboy Biggins, Grimgore, Logie Bogie, Spore Splotus. For the Lizards, he's got Horned Ones, he's got Skink Skirmishers. He does not have too many crazy monsters. He's got Thunderous One plus a Feral Bastillodon. And for his caster, he does have a Light Caster, so there's going to be some bonus Time Warp and other nice buffs. Yeah, we have 2 dogs. Yeah, Gooby. Our other dog is named, we call her Rue. She goes by many names. Her first name is Lola, but we call her Rue and Gooby, and she has a bunch of different names, but yeah. I know, Wookiee is just terrible. He's such a troll. I was just like, Jesus. Yeah, he's just like the most annoying, trollish dog ever, but we love him. And like, he's so like demanding with where he sleeps. If Wookiee isn't sleeping within like 5 feet of us, he's just like, he'll squeal and make all this noise and like, oh my God. Yeah. Greenskin agent, yeah, he is. So we're on the Essence of Chaos, which most competitive players hate because it's so small, but I think it's pretty fun in this type of a tournament just for the memes. I think it's a really cool looking map, actually. I love the effects in the back. I think it's really neat. So Grimgore is rocking Gitsnik in the Bloodforged armor, so he's pretty much got all of his items. Grimgore definitely needs to chop down some of these big dinos. I mean, the Greenskins have the tools to kill most of the Lizard infantry, for sure. Like, they have archers, they have pretty good cav. I think they even have some Fanatic Arwar somewhere. They got Blackworks, you know. Pretty well equipped there. Oh, and the Logie Bogie Spore Splotus coming in. Running through those skinks, and then they should explode here with their disgusting fart here in a second. Definitely want to pull back, though. There is a horde of clever girls kind of chasing them down, but the Logi Bogi Spore Splotus, that would be a really sucky loss to lose that quick. So Orc Boys here taking initial charge here from Horn Ones and Cold One Riders. And we do have the Spider Hatchlings and the Orc Boar Boy Biggins coming in to countercharge this, which should be a good engagement. And it looks like the Logi Bogi Spore Splotus should survive, especially if Helene is able to get his Durkid Squigs and his Savage Orcs over there. Jack Shaw, thank you for the donation of the tenor. Thank you for the quality streams. You're welcome. And now we are in the finals here to entertain you, Jack Shaw. Thank you for joining. So Grimgor is going in for the kill. Going to be trying to chop down some of the Blessed Temple Guard, but he's really just getting balls deep in there. He's got to be careful. Over here on this flank, though, Logi Bogi Spore Splota is broken down, but the Spider Hatchlings, of course, a pretty good mobile poison unit. Should be able to catch some of these guys and cause some diversions. But now we have a big fight for the dinos, which is going to be buffed up by Baroness Time Warp, I would imagine. Yeah, and that's going to make that Lizard Force very, very scary. Grimgor Ironhide kind of lost. He's just like waddling about, being shot with poison darts. Definitely need to get him on the Thunderous one and or the Slon. He could certainly do some decent damage there. But the Orc Boar Boy Biggins make an accidental charge into the Blessed Temple Guards. A little bit of a miss micro there. But the archers are still shooting in, and the Greenskin Mobility was able to clean up the Skink Cohorts and the Feral Cold Ones here, and may now be able to isolate the Bastillodon. But Grimgor pops the Blood-Forged Armor, doing some AoE damage, and certainly giving him some chop and power. A nice banishment there, does go through the back of the Orc Boys, but the Black Orcs, of course, are immune to Psychology and should be able to hold. So, very even battle so far. Goblins are used to hold off the Temple Guard here, and the Greenskin Archers have pulled back and can now start generating some Daka into some of the bigger targets here. And I wonder if Grimgor is going to be able to carry this. Black Orcs are now re-engaging here. Goblin Big Boss, of course, could say something needs stabbing. And here the mobility of the Feral Bastillodon is back. The Greenskin certainly could finish it off. Logi Bogi Spore Splotus will be very good too. Their bonus versus infantry and AP and explosion damage against Temple Guard will be incredibly solid. So, here we go. The Night Goblin Archers falling back. We do have the Orc Boar Boy Biggins preparing to engage once again into some of the Horned Ones, it looks like. And now we have a little bit of an effort from Grimgor to maybe try and catch the Slon. Although Grimgor with the Blood-Forged Armor doing nice AoE damage, putting his armor values up to 150 right there. And we do have the Savage Orc Biggins who have rear charged into the Thunderous one, but there's also Saras here and pretty elite troops, so I don't think the Pig Cap want to stay for too long. I think this blob fight will very heavily favor Falcon. So Gitsnake is activated as well. On the flank, we do have Spider Hatchlings and some Squig Hoppers who should be able to beat down these Skink Cohorts and probably maybe chase off that Bastillodon, although maybe not. Looks like the Spider Hatchlings are pushed off, and a little bit of a mistake there, leaving the Logi Bogi Spore Splotus to try and chase down Skink Skirmishers. The Pump Wagon's only at 50 armor, so they're not like super tanky. And it looks like the old ones are pulling ahead here. The Goblin Big Boss and the Black Orcs are doing their best to fight, but they're getting very, very damaged at this point. And I don't know, Waz active does give immune to Psych, which is good, but it seems like Falcon is getting many of the good engagements here. Horn Ones are being chased by a bunch of Wild Hogs who are enraged with the power of the Wah. Grimgor popping the Blood-Forged Armor once again, but yeah, the blob fight is just so much better for the dinos because of the Baroness Time Warp and the other buffs here. I don't know. It's got to be tricky. Bastillodon's back too. That will be a late game Terror route. And here you can see that Falcon is using his Pterodon Riders to kill the Archers. And I think the Archers need to just turn and shoot down the Pterodon Riders before they get back into the main engagement. But Grimgor's chopping away. Grimgor, you know, he's got Gitsnick. He's got 675 damage. He is able to hit that Slon. And he says they need stabbing on that bad boy. But Slons on their mobility scooters are relatively swift. He's currently rocking 42 speed. So that bad boy can stick and move. And yeah, honestly, I think Kelly had some good engagements early, like catching the Bastillodon back there, but the misplay with the Logi Bogies and playing into the blob fight of Falcon and also not killing the Pterodon Riders. I actually think either build could have won here. I think that the Archers needed to probably finish off the Pterodon Riders because they just killed the Archers the whole game, which freed up the monster play. So Grimgor is the last of his people, making his last valiant stand. Probably just going to get trampled by the Thunderous one here, though. Grimgor is not going to like fighting a giant anti-infantry AP monster. And that's going to be a victory for Falcon, going up 2-1 here in this Autogen series. I think Falcon is clinching this victory quite solid on the Spirit Essence of Chaos. I'm surprised we haven't seen Dwarf Autogens. Dwarf Autogens are really strong because they're consistently quite good, especially if you get rerolls. All right, so currently Falcon is up 2-1 here. Helene on the ropes, but of course it is best of 5. So let's do the Crack of Karkin. Map set. And we'll see what they pick for the next map. Thank you guys for joining again. Jack Shaw, Robin, Adam Warlock, Oskirk. Thank you guys all so much for your donations again. It means a lot. Yeah, the Blessed units are really strong. Yeah, I think also had Kelly maybe kept the Skarsnik army, it would have been a little bit better. Skarsnik is so good against monsters with his anti-large and the Rampage. So these two fine gentlemen are going to be working out their... yeah, Grimgor. Well, Grimgor kind of didn't have any good fights there. He's not great against Lizardmen. Grimgor, I think Grimgor is still one of the worst Greenskin Lords. He's still decent. He's decent now, but he's still like one of the worst if you really compare them all. I think Azag's better. I think Skarsnik's better. I think the Night Goblin Warboss is better. You know, I think Grom is way better. But obviously they're auto-gens. They don't have a choice. Wood Elf auto-gens are kind of wild. They can be good. You can get like a bunch of Way Watchers and missile units and things like that. But the crack of Karkin is here. Yes, it is a good time indeed, Major Mullah. It is indeed, brother. All right, 1 second. Everything looks good to me. Players are going to be picking their armies here in a hot moment. And the mighty Autogen tournament is underway. Yeah, the Chaos Dwarf models are actually really cool. Yes, I see somebody in Discord sharing them. The Chaos Dwarfs, yeah. But unfortunately, coming from Forge World, they pretty much cost like your entire life savings. Falcon hasn't played Tour of Res yet, apparently. Helene Nolly's going Empire, so we have Empire versus Tour of Res. Yeah. So Falcon is going to be generating his army. He got the Athel Tamara Faithbearers, but of course he has a couple more. There's a bit of a bug where sometimes the first autogen is always the same, or it's frequently the same one. So basically that's why we have 5 autogen options, so they can reroll if they want to. Kelly Nolly's doing his thing. I would imagine Falcon's going to want to reroll this. It's not a terribly exciting army. I mean, it's still really good. Star Dragon plus double Eagle plus some caster support. Yeah. Yeah, Grimgor is definitely, I think he was a little bit overhyped. He's much better. Grimgor is actually really scary in campaign. In campaign, Grimgor is like a terror in the night. So he got Franz on horseback and Empire Captain. I would definitely re-roll this. Like double Hellstorm. Ugh. Falcon looks like he's keeping this army. I'm surprised. He doesn't want to re-roll and try and get like any of these units, but I guess the double Eagle Star Dragon combo is really, really strong. Yeah, you can see he's putting a bunch of chevrons into the Star Dragon. So he already re-rolled. He got the Borderman, the Outrider grenade launchers. He got the Stir River Patrol, a Hellblaster volley gun, and 2 Hellstorms. Boris on a horseback and an Empire Captain on foot, it looks like. And a fair amount of fire. Oh, you know, this one's got some teeth. Double Great Cannon against the big boys. Hellstorm, a mortar. He's got some Outriders and a little bit of an infantry line with halberd support. This actually might not be a bad army here. Yeah, he's got the Nordland Mariners. I don't know, he might re-roll that. Falcon's army is pretty solid. El Kopesh, your streams are always so interesting. Keep it up. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying this format. It's a pretty funny format. Caribou Greatswords are super good. Yeah, okay, he re-rolled actually. So we got a Steam Tank, double Hellstorms. It's like, you always get Hellstorms with Autogen Empire. Great Swords, Halberds, got a little bit of a gun line. I think he has one more re-roll after that if he wants to. Falcon is just happy with his first pick. I mean, he got a Heaven's Caster, a good front line, like good monsters. This is like high elf play. Yeah. All right. Yali's got a meme tank. It's a shame he didn't get the Emperor's Wrath Steam Tank. This thing's awesome. It's has like AoE explosion damage. All right, Yali used his last reroll and got a much better army. Okay, triple Greatsword, Empire Captain, Volkmar the Grim, Hellblaster volley gun. Not too much anti-large though, but he did also get a Luminarch of Heish. So Yali's final army is here: Greatswords, Volkmar, a bit of a mixed forces artillery bag, and it looks like archers and yeah, some missile play as well. Falcon's army's small too. He's not going to have too much like flanking pressure. Greatswords should win the fight against the high elf front line, which is pretty much non-existent. It's going to be dealing with the monsters, but if you get some good Luminarch, Hellstorms are just like, they're not great in multiplayer. In campaign, they're pretty awesome, but in multiplayer, they're not as good. Yeah, the Mariners I think have aquatics bonus. No campaign exclusives for Hyale's final autogen, but Volkmar is certainly decent. I don't know what he's on. I would imagine Volkmar's on horseback here, it looks like, which will make him an okay combatant against the Great Eagles. But the Star Dragon is going to be tough. Hyale will have to blast it with the Luminarch of Heish. And you can see he puts all the chevrons on the Luminarch, trying to increase its prowess here. Hey, you're welcome, Murder. Yeah. And I'm really surprised Falcon didn't reroll. I mean, I guess it's a super solid army. Yeah. He can get the Hand of the Shadow Crown. We saw someone roll that earlier, but then they re-rolled because they didn't like their army. So, yeah. Both players going. Hyale using his 5th and final re-roll to get a decent army. Falcon's ready. Let's get this party started. The Luminarch's fun against the Dragon, but Falcon's really good at juking too, so it's not going to be like fresh fish. Yeah. Hellstorms are okay in multiplayer. I think bringing like 1 against High Elf Archer spam can be okay. Falcon does have magic. He got has a caster of an Archmage of something or other. Yeah. Yeah, in campaign, Hellstorm rocket batteries are really good. In the city. This is a decent map for the Empire. It's relative. I mean, it has relative open field. I mean, Hellstorms don't really care. They can draw some line of sight however they want. I guess it's a smallish map, but Hjali should probably deploy further back, like in this corner here. But yeah, if we look at Falcon's army, he's got Heralds of the Wind, he's got Athel Tamara Faith Bearers, and these are the campaign units. And they're just really powerful swordsmen with really good stats. He's got some Spearmen, no Silver and Guard actually, Double Great Eagle, a Star Dragon, and yeah, so man, 4 single entities, that's really brutal. It's going to be quite nasty for the unprepared Empire army, but the Hellstorm Rocket Battery will wreck the infantry and archers pretty well. Templar Luminarch here could potentially take out the big monsters up in the sky if he gets like 1 or 2 good blasts on any of those targets. Could be a game winner. Volkmar the Grim on horseback, triple greatsword, and I think he has a Hellstorm or a Hellblaster volley gun too. Man, one Demogryph Knight with halberds would just go so far here in this matchup. It would just go so far. So we'll see. I think the armies probably favor the High Elves here. I think that Falcon has a better force. Empire autogen is risky for sure. What would have actually been quite good would maybe be like a Dwarf autogen against this. Tor of Rest gets some cool units though. They're pretty fun to autogen. I know, I secretly hope the Empire wins simply so we can get game 5 here. But don't worry, we're going to have an autogen FFA to close out the stream. If all 4 players are still here, but if one of them's not, I'll take their spot and play it myself. Yeah, he needs to kill that Luminarch. That's like one of the only things that can threaten. I mean, Volkmar isn't a bad combatant, though. Volkmar can certainly fight against like Great Eagles and shit. He has an Empire Captain and a fair amount of shooting. He's got handgunners, archers, and I think he has some mobility. Yeah, Empire Knights, yeah. In the front, he does also have the Free Company Militia, who will be up there, and he's got some DACA. Falcon hiding in the trees, no surprise there. Of course, against Empire, you can pretty much always expect their autogens to have some sort of artillery, so... What is cooler? Demogryph Knights are like one of my favorite models, so I'm a little bit biased there, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Hjali could have picked any faction, you know, and he picked the Empire, so... There's factions that can deal with this many monsters and dragons, but Empire can, if they're prepared for it, but in this case, an autogen is kind of random, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, and Hjali could win this. If Falcon doesn't dodge effectively and the Luminarch's able to blast like the Lords and the Eagles and things like that, probably the Lord is the best bet, just taking out the Heaven's Caster. Like that'd probably be one of the stronger plays here. Falcon's laughing. He's just cackling maniacally. Just evil cackling. Hellstorm Rocket Battery being defended by some poor swordsmen. Hellblaster hits really hard too. Falcon's entire army hidden in the trees. Just an absolute meme. The Crack of Karkin is a pretty cool map. Yeah, you got some options here. You want to see me play 2 autogens against myself? That's not quite possible. Alright, so the Elven army, I'm sure he already knows where his army is. He's got to know. And this will mitigate some of the incoming pressure. Obviously, the range of the Hellstorms won't be quite as effective here, considering, but I think he now sees the... he's sending in the Free Company Militia to scout here. Yeah, and the Hellblaster Volley Gun does see the... yeah, he's discovered now, so he's going to start taking some firepower. So the Hellstorm Rocket Battery shooting into the trees, missing, but sending a message. You know, Sigmar is all about sending a firm message to his opponents. A calm but firm message. And the Hellstorm Rocket Battery, the Hellblaster Volley Gun, preparing to shoot downtown against the Heralds of the Wind. It looks like the Temple of Luminarch actually blasting them too, which is pretty funny. Yeah, they're taking a little bit of work, but yeah, the Luminarch definitely needs to start shooting at some of the big boys up in the sky. Star Dragon would probably be my bet. Like, that thing's going to be a nightmare. There's no healing, though, so any damage he does get here will be permanent, which is good. Free Company Militia will lend some nice skirmishing here, but Silverhelms are pushing out. Greatswords can countercharge them with Volkmar the Grim. Oh, and it looks like there's going to be a Wind Blast here, but it was a bit of a rare miss from Falcon. So the Hellstorm Rocket Battery shooting into the trees. Volkmar the Grim dropping some buffs here, and it looks like the Great Eagles are going to be jumping down to the Greatswords. And yeah, it's a bit of a messy fight here. You can see in the back we do have the Mighty Archmage of Heavens shutting down the Hellblaster Volley Gun, which is pretty disastrous for the Empire. And yeah, honestly, I think Falcon's just going to pull this build apart. Or pull this autogen apart. Not even a build. I hesitate to call it that. And like, Falcon hasn't even had to use like his forest units yet, and he's already like in such a dominant position. Well, here we do have the Deathjacks, the ROR Archers shooting into the Star Dragon. And the Luminarch needs to turn and rip a shot like right into the face of that Star Dragon if he wants any chance here in this game. So the Hellblaster Volley crew is running. And now the Luminarch's going to be switching. It is obstructed, and Falcon's just all over this thing. Maybe if Hjali puts it in guard mode just to make sure it shoots, you could actually do that, so it'll still continue shooting. Now, Volkmar the Grim's actually doing a good job beating down the Star Dragon in combat. He's not a slouch in combat, like I said. Outside, we have the Deathjacks being rode down by Reavers, and the unfortunate Templar Luminarch is just getting wrecked by the Eagles. Yeah, there goes the sweet Star Dragon. Good night, sweet prince. You will be missed. So here we have it, guys. That's going to be a pretty quick game, I think. Luminarch of Heish being chased off by the Great Eagle. Although, honestly, this army's a little bit beat up. I mean, could the Empire pull this off? I mean, losing that expensive old artillery so quick is just painful, man. The steam tank build would have been a little bit stronger, maybe, but that one had 2 Hellstorms, which are even more useless here. Volkmar the Grim is going balls deep. He's certainly causing what problems he can. But the Silver Helms are just chasing down the archers and all the artillery lines, and he's trying to get this Hellblaster volley gun back online. Shield of Faith is giving them some ward save. Volkmar is beating down one of the Eagles. The Greatswords have engaged in the front. Should have a good fight against the Faith Bearers and Spearmen. Greatswords here, though, are losing to the Pyrmane Company. Of course, Pyrmane Company are a very, very powerful unit in terms of great weapon duels. This Great Eagle's in combat here. Volkmar the Grim and the Empire Knights might be able to take this one out. And Balance Bar is actually still somewhat even. I guess the Star Dragon is very low. Looks like something was able to maybe rip a shot into it, but I think the Luminarch did get chased off the battlefield. I have to say, Hjali's doing a pretty good job considering, you know, how bad his army is. Like, he's put a lot of damage on that Star Dragon. The Greatswords are still holding here. Archers and handgun mobs able to push back that Star Dragon here. Maybe Volkmar the Grim with the hard carry. We'll find out. Silver Helms have been countercharged here by some swordsmen and now the Empire Knights. With Volkmar the Grim leading him, he might have a good chance. And the Hellblaster volley gun is trying its best to get back online, but it's going to be too hard, I think. Greatswords holding somewhat firm, but now finally being worn down as the Athel Tamara Faith Bearers are able to push those guys back. And yeah, we have the bolt throwers in the back too for the High Elves, as well as some archers, Lothern Seaguard, who are going to be pretty big game changers. Yeah, the Eagles are all quite beat up. It's just like the Empire, I mean, maybe if it can get its Hellblaster online and like get a couple rounds of shooting and there's no disruption, that could be one way for the Empire to get back in this. They have an Empire Captain still in the ground fighting too. Maybe get a couple pokes on that that dragon there. So the Hellblaster volley gun is back online, but not for long. Volkmar the Grim trying to peel off these Silver Helms, but the Silver Helms are going to be able to charge in once again. Falcon very much on point here. And he's going to make sure that the Hellblaster volley gun does not come back to rain hell on his dragon. So now we have the Empire Captain being 2v1, battling the Great Eagles. The single entity beatdown here from the Star Dragon, certainly doing some work. And down goes the Empire Captain, and with that, the hopes of the Empire. Volkmar the Grim is not on his War Altar, so he's not going to be unbreakable. But yeah, I think that's it. I mean, Hjali did a good job considering, turned it into a 5-minute game. That could have easily been a stomp, considering how bad that Empire army was that he got in the autogen, but that's the nature of Tzeentch, you know? A couple of the other games were winnable, I think, as Greenskin game, but this one, I just don't see the Empire winning it with all these single entities and some freaking Hellstorms. God, Empire always gets those in their autogens. It's really painful indeed. It's going to be GG, and Falcon's going to be the winner of today's autogen tournament here in a couple moments as the breath attack from the Star Dragon will rain down on Volkmar the bald head, or Volkmar's bald head here. And yeah, he's down for the count. GG! Falcon is the victor, winning the grand finals. Extra grand Haggard finals of today's autogen tournament. 3-1 with Tor of Res. The Faith Bearers holding the faith. That's going to be a 3-1. So let me check with the players here. Hey guys. GG. FFA time if you're down. Hjali deserves some credit for that for sure. So Crabling, are you still here? Looks like Crabling's playing a different game. King of the Dead should be here. Looks like Crabling is playing a different game now, so I will... Okay, I'm rehosting. I think Crabling is playing Stellaris at the moment. Auto FFA. Let's close out the stream. What are your thoughts on the Total War? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it, Kimsey, so I don't have too many formulated opinions on the whole Troy thing at the moment. Very cool. Wow, what is this map? I don't remember this one. I'll try this. I hope they don't like gank me again, all 4 of them. God, that was horrible last time. It almost makes me want to take like a... Okay, so we just need to get King of the Dead in here. Crabling is unfortunately not here at the moment. So this is autogen. Okay, so it's autogen, lads. 5 rolls. Okay, so I have to decide who I want to play here. Chaos have any campaign stuff? Yeah, with Chaos, let me get the... Norska has some fun ones too. I'm just looking right now, guys, so I'm not going to start my official process yet. You have the Iceforge Legion, which would be super fun. The Great Maherd. It's like a giant mammoth. Anti-large. No, wait, anti-large mammoth. This thing have anti-large too. It says bonus for infantry. Quality, yeah, but my stream might actually just filter it out. I would just share it in the Discord if you have a meme you want to share with us. I want to do someone with campaign stuff just to get you guys going. Do we want greenskins to try and get like the Lava Ragnarok or something? I think that could be really fun. So if I go vampire counts, I could potentially get Krell. So Krell is a campaign exclusive, and also I could get Sylvanian handgunners and crossbowmen. Dwarves, I don't like dwarves as much in FFA because like everyone just ignores you and goes, and you're kind of left out of the fun. I don't know, guys. Like there's so many choices. Falcon says he's loving the Knights of Kalador. I don't blame you, dude. Wood Elves are pretty good in auto-gen. They don't have any campaign units, I don't think, yeah. So, like, you don't get too much cool stuff. Oh, Crabbling is here. Oh, you're here. Crabbling. You want to play? He was playing a different game, so I didn't think he was here. I saw him playing something else. Oh, no. Hopefully he didn't have to quit his other game. Hang on, let me see if he wants to join in. You want to play? Yeah, because I'd rather the players play. It's... Okay. Okay, I'll rehost one more time. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I saw him playing Slayer, so I assumed he was not here, but he is. So, Turin, Auto FFA, Turin. Host game of Spectator. So yeah, we'll leave it to these guys. They'll rejoin here and we should be good. And no problem. Yeah. We're back. We're going to do the Rock Atto pulls. I don't know if I've seen this one. Is this thing new? Dawi are pretty strong in a lot of matchups. Like, Dawi wreck a lot of the undead. They, like, wreck the Vampire Coast. They wreck the Tomb Kings. They're pretty good against counts. Yeah. I'd rather cast the game so I can, like, see, like, all the cool angles and, like, hopefully it's not too laggy. It's the nature of FFA. Sometimes it just lags and that is what it is. So we just need Crabbling to join now for our fourth and final spot. These are the players from today's tournament. Might need to invite him. All these players. I think he's Alpha Crabbling now. There's Alpha Crab. Okay. Perfect. Eddie Metcalf. Hey, Turin. Love the videos. With how crazy 2020's been, it's nice to sit back and enjoy some Warhammer every once in a while. I agree, man. Eddie Metcalf, thank you so much. I do really actually miss playing tabletop Warhammer a lot. That's like something I've been missing. FFA works. So, Thien Vu, FFA is basically... let's see what he's saying here. Oh, King of the Dead says, my army was so good. Sad face. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, Crabbling's restarting his game. He'll be here in just a second. All right. 5 rolls. Go, go. This will be fun. Yeah, I get to see the armies. So we got Tomb Kings. We have Alpha Crabbling. Looks like he's going to... All right, you guys get your dwarves. Yeah, let me remove the scoreboard. Good call, bud. Thanks for pointing that out. So I will go to this. He's going Karak Kadrin. Oh my god. So multiplayer tournaments, you guys just need to be in my Discord, and I announce FFAs or King of the Hills are open to anyone, and so are my ECLs. So you just need to be in my Discord channel, and yeah. I know Roundish Whale, it was tough, but my intent was to have all the players do it. So yeah, I can't see their armies until we load in. Yeah. So it's going to be Karak Kadrin, Tomb Kings, Tor of Res, and Knights of Kalador. You guys get your dwarfs. Crabbling is not messing about. He's going in to please the people here. Oh my god. He says, 1 then for every enemy. I don't know what he's talking about, but it sounds like he's getting hyped, which I appreciate that. Hey, Wicked, thank you for dropping a link to the Discord, man. Don't team up on the dwarves. No teaming up. Come on. Come on, guys. Let's have some dignity around here. Last time they teamed up on me, and I still didn't get last place. That's right. Thankfully, I was playing Bretonia, so I was actually able to run from the gank. 1 Thane for every enemy? Maybe so. Oh, is that what he said? 1 Thane for every enemy? Did he get like 4 Thanes or something? Is that what he said? One 1 Thane for every enemy. Oh, that's pretty. He got 3 Thanes. Oh my god, is that even possible? Yeah, maybe Thane. Alright, so we're loading in, guys. I think most of these players have pretty good connections, so hopefully it won't lag. And just a disclaimer, sometimes FFAs do lag, especially if there's 5 people instead of just 4. So, we'll see. I don't know what this map even looks like. I don't think I've ever played this Rocketow Pools. Yeah. Pretty quick load in. Okay. Well, this is kind of a cool map, actually. I like this. Got like some hills and stuff, and yeah, we'll see. Wow. Oh my god, these players all have good speeds. We loaded in like almost instantly. Hot damn. I know, teaming up can be fun. Oh, this is a big one. This is actually a really cool map. I like this. This is rad. All right, so firstly, let's start with the armies here of, who's purple? Helene. He is playing Tour of Res. He's got Reavers. He's got Storm Riders. He's got the Spire Guard of Tour of Res, so he does have some campaign units. These are the Unbreakable Lothern Sea Guard. Up in the sky, he's got a Moondragon, a Great Eagle, an Archmage of Life on a Chariot, and a Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. All right. So now, wow, this map is actually huge. Jesus. All right. So now for the Slayer King, he's got Ungrim Iron Fist, double Thane, Slayers, Gyrocopter with Brimstone Guns, double Iron Drake. He's got Organ Guns, Cannons, and Cannons. And yeah, double Iron Drake, double Cannon, Organ Gun with like 5 characters. It's got 2 Thanes, Ungrim Iron Fist, and it looks like a Master Engineer also, and Giant Slayers. This build's pretty good. Like, this build could wreck Dragon builds pretty well. And now for the Forces of Falcon. Oh, Falcon! Coming in with the Brune War, the Protector of Life. What the hell does this thing do? Just poison, magic damage, and big old breath attacks. It's got a couple Phoenixes. He does also have an Archmage of Life, Silver Helms, and yeah, just random shit. All right, so for Tomb Kings, let's see what they got. So for King of the Dead, we have double Tomb Scorpion. Did King build his army? King? Did you auto-gen? This doesn't feel like an auto-gen army to me. Okay, he has Khalida with no caster, so yeah, it must be auto-gen. All right, so he's got Khalida. He's got a Necrotech, double Tomb Scorpion, Great Bow's Casket. Honestly, this army's really good too. Holy shit, this map is freaking giant. Like, no, this is a FFA map. Yeah, this is an FFA specific map. It may be a quest battle map in campaign on some shape or form, but it's meant for FFA. Oh, is this the dragon that has stealth? Does it have stock? Did I miss that? Let's go to the Knights of Calidor here. This is going to be like a big old battle, man. It has Forest Spirit. Causing magical damage. Okay, that's fine. Armor piercing. Siege attacker. It doesn't look like it has stock or anything. Oh, it has hide in the forest. Oh, this unit can hide in the forest until enemies get close. Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, it's a pretty good map for artillery. But, you know, what's going to happen is they're just going to ignore Crabbling. Although Falcon might go for the blow. But nobody wants to fight Jowie. But honestly, yeah, Falcon might be able to crush the dwarves here because the way, like, the dwarves are deployed here, like, he could just take this angle and the cannons and artillery won't be able to shoot him. Granted, there are giant slayers and a ton of characters, but yeah, Falcon's coming for the dwarves with his mighty air force. Yeah. The dragon doesn't have stock. It has hide in forest. So if you put the dragon in a tree line, it can actually hide. I think Crabbling needs to be ready for the incoming just attack of Falcon. Falcon's going balls deep for Carrot Kadrin here. Crabbling, like, probably wants to deploy more in open field because, like, right now his organ guns and cannons aren't going to do anything. And he's just going to get dive bombed here by Falcon. Crabbling, what are you doing, man? You got to watch out for this force. He's moving into the trees with his cannons. His gyrocopter is going to be hunted by the Phoenix, I would imagine. I mean, he has giant slayers. He has the Slayer King. He's got tools to fight these monsters, but oh man, Crabbling's going to get jumped here pretty good. In the meantime, we have Helene and Tor of Rest coming in here to fight, and it looks like Crabbling is going to be made into a dwarf sandwich. Would be my guess. The Space Force with the hide in the forest. I actually just watched that show on Netflix, Space Force. It's pretty funny. Go ally, Falcon, destroy Helene. Oh, look, look. Crab is trying to make an alliance with Falcon, but Falcon isn't having it. He's betraying his Russian brother. So the dwarves are going to fight here. Giant Slayers will be good against Frostheart Phoenix, and also, you know, the Slayer King himself should be pretty functional here. But poor Crabbling, getting jumped pretty good. And here you can see Helene is getting his Great Eagles, and looks like he's going after Brew War, the Protector of Life. So Crabbling gets his cannons back, and it looks like the organ guns are now shooting. What are they going to be shooting at is the question. Master Engineer should be able to put some decent damage up into the sky as well, but Betrayal, I know, the dwarf sandwich, and like there's a huge horde of Cav coming too. This is going to be an absolute mess. We have Iron Drakes up on the high ground shooting at the Forest Dragon. doing a little bit of damage, but yeah, the Great Eagles from Helene getting in there and just taking out the poor dwarves. Oh man, cruelty towards Dawi. Nonetheless, though, the Phoenix here taking a bit of work, and even if the dwarf army does get more or less wiped out, their characters will still be extremely tough to kill and could get him back in the game. But here you can see Brewer, the Protector of Life, actually going after the Master Engineer here. Unfortunately, there's no Felix Jaeger to heal things up. Here we have the Dwarf Warriors with Grey Opens taking the back charge there as the Iron Drakes continue to shoot into Brewer, the Protector of Life, doing some good damage. Yeah, Giant Slayers are pretty valuable here. Might be able to take out some of the Great Eagles. It looks like the Organ Gun for the Dwarves is pretty much out of the picture here. The Elves teaming up, and King of the Dead is just like... Look at King. He's just on the opposite side of the map, just like waddling. Just can't get here at all. He should have gone straight across. Yeah, the Dwarves are holding pretty well considering. Getting some shots here in the Turin Chariots with Iron Drakes, which is quite cool. I think Dwarves need to just form a Helm's Deep now. And here we have a cannon. We have another cannon online, so both Dwarven cannons are still shooting. And it looks like the Protector of Life up in the sky is taking a bit of damage, actually. Yeah, the cannonball's going right up in his face. Ooh, the Dragon lands, but the Slayer King is nearby. Might be able to get some chops here, especially if he does a wrong attack animation. But here comes the Slayers, and it looks like an Apotheosis is active, so pretty good healing there. But yeah, here comes the Reavers, and all these units should be able to shut down the back line of the Dwarves. The Dwarves are actually scrapping pretty well. I mean, Crabling's still in second place, and still could actually beat Falcon's army, considering all of his characters and whatnot. And again, you have to remember there's X factors as well. I mean, Helene looks like he's falling back here, and now we have a Haggard engagement with the Tomb Scorpions in the back, so they're attacking the artillery of Helene. And High Queen Khalida on her Mighty Snake is leading this charge. So we have a bit of a dual front fight. Helene's betrayal of the dwarves has led to his backline being a little bit kind of dove here by the forces of the Tomb Kings, but Moondragons, other AP characters should be able to fight the Tomb Scorpions, and it looks like the Ushapti Great Bows and the rest of King's army is a little bit out of position. Casket of Souls will be really good here, and Khalida with the AoE explosion also. It's a very scrappy situation. Khalida's a pretty powerful duelist. She's got good stats, 89 melee attack, poison, great AP values. Might be able to pull that back. Now, if we go back to the Dwarven engagement, we can see the Dwarves are pretty much taking up refuge in the mountains, realizing that their artillery position is pretty much lost. So I think they're just moving their characters and going to try and goon out the High Elf Archers, the Storm Riders, and the Elite Archers here in the back, which is really unfortunate. The Dwarves definitely got caught in a very bad position. But again, Crabling isn't in last place in terms of point. He could still pull this back. We will see. But yeah, Falcon's Dragon Air Force is really nasty, especially with healing. And, Crabling couldn't use his cannons as they approached. And I think that's why Falcon rushed, knowing he had that kind of tree line here. So if we go back to this blob fight, it looks like King of the Dead is losing horribly. His Tomb Scorpions are just getting shreked. No crashing. Don't you frickin' do it. Such a good battle so far. I don't want to end on a crash. Hopefully it's just one person crashing, if at all. Yeah, it looks like we're okay. I think it's stabilizing. I like how Crabling tried to make an alliance with Falcon, and it just did not work. Alright, we're good. So, I mean, I guess King lost to Scorpion. The other Scorpion's in okay shape, and, I guess I was a little bit hasty to say that he's getting wrecked here. I mean, Khalida and the Scorpion are fighting. And, Kelly and Ollie's taking a beating as well, but man, Kelly has an Archmage of Life. That's so good with this many single entities. So the Ushapti Great Bows are shooting downtown, going after the Reavers, and if we go back to the Dwarf engagement, let's see what's cracking here. Looks like the Dwarves do have a mighty force that's pushing forward and trying to exact some vengeance here on the forces of Falcon. Master Engineer might be shooting, not sure, but the two Thanes are now going to be beelining here for the Flamespire Phoenix, and, Falcon doesn't have healing, so I guess he's got Apotheosis, yeah, so he does have a bit of healing of sorts. Dwarf army definitely needed to be getting some cannon fire on the approaching High Elves, and you can see they really paid the troll toll. So unfortunately, in Total War Warhammer, it's peer-to-peer. There is no dedicated server, so it's one of the biggest issues holding back a competitive Warhammer, I think. Entrenchment is activated, giving physical resist, but oh my god! Brew Roar with just a brutal breath attack there, and also bombardments from Falcon's army. And here we get a decent engagement for the Dwarves. They're able to get on the Archmage with the Thanes, and also I think the Slayer King is here as well. And you can see Falcon's Lord actually taking a ton of damage here from Crabling's Dwarf Goon Squad. If I were Crabling, though, at this point, I might actually just run into the trees and hide with my characters and just, hope Falcon goes over there to fight. Because it's going to take a while to kill these dwarf characters, and Falcon is losing out on a lot of points there. Now, back to this fight. If we look over here, we can see the Tomb Kings have now engaged with their melee forces, so the Nehekar warriors have engaged. Khalida is very, very low. Both Tomb Scorpions are pretty much down. It seems the High Elves are in a pretty dominant position here in this fight. And, yeah, I mean, Khalida might be able to fight back against the Eagles if she gets a little bit of Great Bow support or something. I don't know. There's some spears back here. There's a Casket of Souls still shooting. Currently, Helene and Falcon, though, in a very commanding position here in this battle. Both of them getting a lot of single entities with also, healing capabilities is really, really nasty. So High Queen Khalida is down for the count. The Eagles and the Dragon, the Moon Dragon, able to take that out. So it's probably going to end up being Falcon versus Helene here. As the dwarves are pretty much taken apart, the Thanes are going to get terror-routed. They're not immune to psychology for some godforsaken reason. And Crabling's mighty Ungrim Iron Fist is trying his best here. But yeah, with the Thanes getting pushed off, that's pretty bad. And Brew Roar, great AP values. Granted, he does do magic damage, so not going to be quite as scary. A couple Dwarf Warriors have rallied. The Thanes have rallied as well. The Slayer King is still chopping away, doing some decent damage against the birds. So really, it's going to be like, who takes more damage here, right? Between Falcon and Hyale against their respective opponents. Hyale did come in and definitely ganked the dwarves. He did them kind of dirty in the beginning. Looks like the Thane's going to be jumping on to Brew War here. Let's keep mangling that name. And Ungrim Iron Fist won't break. He won't go quietly into the good night. Where's Hyale over here? See, Hyale's still fighting the good fight. It looks like the Tomb Kings have mostly been cleaned up. King of the Dead is certainly still the King of the Dead, but the Dead are not the Kings, as they are pretty much dismantled here. I think King sent in his Scorpions way ahead of the support, and then they just kind of got wrecked, to be honest. Here on the ground, we have the Swordmasters of Hoth still healthy. I think Hyale's army looks a little bit healthier. I think Falcon's certainly took quite a bit of damage dealing with those very stalwart dwarves. And yeah, Ungrim Iron Fist, he's trying his best here. King of the Dead says, I'm going to have my revenge, as he just gets taken apart by Hyale's birds. Oh my god. So Rick Axe, the next public tournament on the channel will be Eternal Challenger League. And I'm not going to... as soon as they announce that this beta is going live and fixing the current issues with weapon damage and multiplayer, I will have my ECL. Like, literally on the day that it goes live, I'll do it. So whenever that is, you can kind of bank on that, brother. And here you have the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. Those guys are trying hard. The mighty Thane holding firm, fighting back against the birds of the old world. And Brew Roar is going after the Thane here. And Ungrim Iron Fist is still alive. This dwarf is too angry to die, apparently. Just charging through the open field with his mighty Slayer's axe. Chasing the archers. But yeah, there will come a time when Falcon and Hyale have to fight to decide the fate of this FFA here. And here comes the Ushapti summons from King of the Dead, using the last of his tools to try and troll the High Elves here. King said, I'm going to kill that artillery. He's just trying his hardest, but Hyale not even giving him the simple pleasure of letting that happen. And now Falcon knows that the dwarves are pretty much dealt with, so I think he's going to go in and try and take out Hyale's stuff, while King of the Dead is still kind of harassing him with that Ushapti summon, which was smart. We're going to have a big old monster fight. The dwarves are still here. You know, they got a Thane on the edge of the map fighting against a horde of spearmen. He'll probably lose that fight simply because he's outnumbered and he will naturally break. But the dwarves are not going to go quietly into the good night. They do have a mighty warlord here. Ungrim Iron Fist fighting for the honor of not getting last place here. He's going to try and chop down some kills. As a matter of fact, Ungrim should just go after this Bolt Thrower of Falcon. That would be really funny because the Bolt Thrower is actually going to be incredibly useful here. Yeah, High Elves are definitely strong, but honestly, the Dwarf army was pretty terrible. Yeah, it was really bad. And King just misplayed bad by sending in his Scorpions ahead of time, I think. Yes, and there you have it, my friends. Ungrim shaking his fist angrily at the Elves. I'm sure he most certainly is. And now we have a little bit of a elf-on-elf conflict here as the Reavers charge in to intercept the Silverhelms. And a big old mess in the air. Yeah, King of the Dead does withdraw from the game, realizing it's over. And where's Ungrim going? Oh, Ungrim. I think we should just follow Ungrim this entire battle. Like, this is the most interesting thing happening here. The mighty Slayer King charging. Where is he going, though? He needs to chop down these Lothern Sea Guard. Wouldn't it be funny if, like, the Elves got so beat up fighting each other that Ungrim was able to win it with, like, 700 HP? That would be hilarious. And here up in the sky, oh no, there's a High Magic Tempest. Oh man, that's going to win it for Falcon probably. Tempest is so damn powerful. Well, who cast the Tempest, actually? Who has High Magic? I think it's Falcon. Yeah, the Tempests are really brutal. Although Falcon's Archmage is kind of getting wrecked here by the mighty Moondragon, despite the Tempest. And the Great Eagles probably will be able to chase it down. Granted, Brewer is still really healthy and strong, but Falcon might lose his Lord. And Ungrim Iron Fist charges up and over the hill, preparing to engage. He might go after the Storm Riders, who knows? He is unbreakable, so they don't really have to worry about that. But Falcon's Lord is broken, but Helene loses most of his Air Force here. The Moondragon is gone. He still does have a Great Eagle in the periphery of the battlefield, and also still does have his archers. The unbreakable Spire Guard of Tour of Res. So they are anti-large, spear units at the end of the day, and they are unbreakable. Big breath attack coming in from the Protector of Life. The big old dragon right there, able to get some nasty, nasty damage. And he's saying, get his Lord, Falcon, I have him. Crabling's still fighting. Man, Crabling just going ham here with the mighty Ungrim Iron Fist. Maybe the Dwarves will be the last faction standing after all is said and done, although I seriously doubt it. The Storm Riders are engaged in combat here by some Silvern Guard. Or by some storm... Wait. Double Storm Riders? Oh my god, my brain is just exploding with the confusion. And it looks like the Archmage of Life for Helene is terrified, perhaps? Yeah, Wavering still could come back, which is pretty important, getting those fat heals on the what's left of his army. But it looks like Falcon's going to win this, despite Helene being up in points. I don't think Helene's going to be able to secure enough of a lead. And Ungrim Iron Fist is still fighting. Look at him. He's just getting in there with his chop and axe of Dargo. Let's get a cinematic of Crabbling. The man, the myth, the legend. One elf just gets absolutely punted. Oh, I forgot to actually turn on the blood effects, because actually for Everchosen we're supposed to turn off the blood effects in my game. So I got to turn those back on. I think it adds some spice. Which faction is the best for FFA? Honestly, many factions are good. It just depends on your army. We're doing autogen FFA today, so it's kind of like out the window. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I think maybe I'll do an FFA stream. I'll find some people who don't lag, and we could do like an FFA tournament or something. Because this was actually a lot of fun. Like, I love casting FFA games. So the the Axe of Dargo. Oh, and he's going in for the kill. He's going after Helene's Great Eagle. Ungrim is teaming up with Falcon in the 4th quarter to take that out. And now the Slayer King turns his sights to the Flamespire Phoenix. No, actually he runs. Okay, never mind. Ungrim, where are you going, man? You gotta slay the bird. I think he's looking for some dangerous prey here. Ungrim pretty much came in and karate chopped the Great Eagle. Look at it. Its legs are just totally rigor mortis here, just sticking up in the air. I think Ungrim's like trying to angle himself onto the Protector of Life. We'll see. Is Ungrim going to go hide in the trees? That'd be so funny if he's just like camping in the tree line here. Yeah, Falcon's pretty much got this one in the bag. Like, his monsters are all quite low, but he did a good job keeping them alive. And the Tempest at the end was really, really nasty. Why is Ungrim bigger than an elf? Well, heroic characters in this game are generally just bigger. It's just kind of so they can be kind of differentiated. Like, Karl Franz is like massive when you put him next to state troops. He's like some giant titan, basically. The Dawi strike, yes they do. And it looks like it's going to be Ungrim versus the Worlds. Basically, Falcon just needs to finish off Ungrim, and the game is over at this point. The last of the Spearmen, the Silver and Guard for Helene, run off the battlefield, and this Great Eagle will be fleeing as well. Electro Crisis, we link some of the mods in chat. If you guys could link to the Discord channel, we just basically link at every stream, and anyone's welcome to join, of course. Then I have the Duel of Duels. We have the Protector of Life, the Slayer King, going to meet his end at the hand of a mighty legendary dragon, but not before he takes a couple chops out of a tide here. Ungrim, man, Ungrim's doing some work to this thing. He's actually put in about 800 damage since he fought. And Ungrim, his melee defense holds firm against the dragon. Ungrim, man, look at him go. He did about 1,000 HP damage to this dragon. Slayer King might be able to get the win here, but no, it looks like he's finally felled by the mighty Protector of Life. So now it's basically just Helene with one loose Spearman unit in the corner, the Storm Riders, who will be chased off. He's prowling, yes, correct. Raphael with a great analysis of the current situation. Storm Riders will run for the hills, and that is going to be a victory for the Knights of Calidor. Crabbling. Poor Crabbling. He got trolled so hard. He had such good artillery too, but he just got swarmed from 2 sides, which pretty much shut down his artillery play. Because the Dwarven artillery with the cannons could have wrecked either of those 2 builds if he was kind of left alone. So it makes sense. But Crabbling pulling up the rear, but a glorious effort nonetheless. His army was absolute trash. Double Iron Drakes, like just god-awful Dwarven army. That was probably one of the worst autogens I've seen in quite some time. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for today's stream. If we go to the 4-man bracket, you'll see that our victor today, Falcon, went here, and then he went here. So Falcon is our grand champion for today's autogen tournament. Big round of applause for him. No, I got to rest my hands, guys. I also got to do some stuff around the house. Yeah. But tomorrow we'll be back with more streams. It'll be something fun. Tomorrow will either be like 2v2, an FFA stream. Yeah. We'll probably do an autogen, like, we'll give it a couple days to kind of cool down so people can catch up with this one. But Falcon is our grand champion. So congratulations to him. Falcon, you get the honor of the mullet for today. And yeah, man. Thank you to all the mods in chat for helping out. Let me go ahead and get a Discord link for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys were looking. So I'll hook you up. Invite people. Perfect. Looks good. First Amo's dropping a link as well. Thank you guys. So thank the mods for helping out as always. You guys are aces in the hole. And today, man, we had some super generous donations. So if you go down the list, we have Eddie Metcalf. We got El Kopesh, Jack Shaw, Robin Udall, Adam Warlock with a fat erect $200 donation. Man, I can't thank you enough. That's super generous, Adam. Yeah, man, thank you. Ozkirk, A and B, Adam Warlock again, donated 20 actually before that I did miss. So thank you so much, Adam, for the multiple donations. We have Babel Triumphant, Kevin Robinson, Mark Runyon, Corey Hancock, DJ Mowgli with 500 DKK. That's like $100. Thank you so much, man. And then we have David as well, Naya Sankta. We have Como Topic, Joe Leonard, Taylor Lund, The Biggest Nerd, Alec Hansen, thank you for the 20, man. Then we have Sykes Lemus with the Michael Bisping impersonation. Anthony Calentro. Hero Protagonist. Man, so many. You guys just went crazy today. Bukars. Sykes Lemus again. Scully686. Mads Rasmussen. Adam V. And I believe we also have a new channel sponsor as well. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Your activity. Where is that? I'll find it here. And then Anthony Calentro. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, man. All right. Yes, it is my ghostly form. The mullet has ascended me to godhood. All right, guys. Thank you for joining today. It was an absolute blast. I had a really fun time with this. Make sure to drop a like on the way out if you guys do enjoy the format. It lets me know, because when I'm evaluating what I'm going to do for streams, if certain ones have more likes, I'm like, okay, people like this more. So do let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any feedback. We might put limitations on some things, but I don't know. Autogen's autogen. It's casual. It's wild. So we'll just keep going balls deep and having some fun. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. I had a blast. I'm going to go hang out with my smoking hot wife in the living room area with Wookie. It's going to be a great time for all. And I think that's it for now, guys. All right. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.